everybody, it's Christine Bertram, and I am coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. We are on the last Wednesday of the month. It is the 30th, one more day till we can wrap it up and put October in the books. And that means tomorrow is Halloween. So I asked my little niece, what is she dressing up for Halloween? She said she's gonna be a witch. I said, are you gonna be a good witch or a bad witch? And she said, a good witch. I said, what kind of spells are you going to cast on people? And she said, oh man, I'm trying to remember. She said, well, if they're bad, she was going to do something. Now oh man, I just drew a blank of what she was going to do to them if they were bad. I do know what she said. I said, well, what are you going to do if they're good? And they don't need a bad spell on them. And she said, okay, I don't think she told me. And now that I think about it, she said if they were bad, that she was going to cast a spell on them to be good. And if they're good already, she said she's going to give them a flower. And I said, do you have your flowers all lined up to give people flowers? And she said, no. I said, okay, well, are they imaginary flowers? And she said, yes. Okay, so that's what's happening tomorrow with my little niece Aspen. So it was really cute. I tried to keep her thinking as much as she could with the conversation. So rocking and rolling and right into the hot seat, you guys. We had a great day today. I think we had a great day. I think I did. I got a little more sleep than I was anticipating. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I was up into the little bits of the wee hours of the morning. My goal last night was to get, there's 3 things that were on my goal this week, or on my docket, my big goals this week. One of them is kidding all of November. One is answering emails and getting back to people that have a response that they're waiting for me. And the other one was publishing all the November classes. So those are the 3 big agenda items for me. And I stayed up a little bit. It was date night last night, and we had like a semi-date night. We worked, and then we went for dinner, and then we came back and we worked. So we got to go off and have a little supper. But I worked until about 2 this morning, and if you guys saw, a bunch of Facebook events were created. I staged all my emails for the November classes and updated all of my events calendar on my website. So you guys are going to start to see lots of stuff rolling through on Facebook, and emails have been published. And when I email you guys, if you guys aren't getting my emails yet, you can sign up to get them. I generally email about classes, updates, thank yous, and if there's a sale. I don't email on a lot of things, but because I have a lot of classes and there's some sales that happen, it feels like I send a lot of emails, I think. And so I could go for days without sending emails, and then all of a sudden you might get 3 in one day. And so it's going to come in hot and heavy now with emails. I think I've got 2 to 3 scheduled every day. I try to break them up so it's like morning, noon, and night so that they're not all boom back to back. Sometimes I forget about that when I've scheduled it, and so you might get one around the same time, but it's always a thought. If you don't want it, delete it. And if you want it, great. Now's your time to read it. So I'm very happy to report that I think I checked that off my checklist is the publishing classes, and they're all done except for one. And the one that's left is Rose's class. I just officially got her pictures today. She sent them to me, so I can drop my camera down and share that with you so that you can see what's in store for us for Rose's Technique Club class in November. So now that I've got the pictures, Kelly will create the cover photo and we'll publish it. And her stamps that she was featuring is called Decorative Trees. And at the moment, off the top of my head, I can't think about him. I could tell you, I am a bad person, a bad colleague here, I guess. I can't think of what the technique is, you guys, but that is one of the cards, and it's super pretty. So it looks like Christmas and more Christmas with your non-traditional colors, which are super pretty. And then the last card looks like that. And I'm trying to think back, you guys. She sent me the list of what the techniques are, and off the first glance, I can't really pull out a technique. Sometimes I can look at a card and think, oh, they used that, or that was the technique. But all right, so now that we have this, we'll go ahead and get this last class published. And then once that's published, everything will be situated for the month of November. Fabulous, right? Happy dance. That's off the list. Now, for kidding, the gals worked today. I'm super excited to report out that Yesterday they got the suite and IPS for November, staged, kitted, everything's in envelopes. I don't know if you guys can see all that. That right back there, those are all the suite class right there. The whole side of this table is lined up with card kits. Lots of card kits, you guys. Oh man, I think yesterday they did about 800. Today they probably did about the same. Today they got Let's Just Stamp, they got the monthly, and they got the Memories and More done. And tomorrow they're coming back for one more day of fun kitting, and they are going to be kitting the Stamp-a-Stack. Ooh, so for the Stamp-a-Stack, we're doing 104, and there's 14 cards. And they saved the best for last, I guess. And at the moment, we're half full. So the Stamp-a-Stack it's this weekend in person with Diane, or I switched it out. I pushed it out till later in the month. It's on the 22nd for me. But we are planning for 104. And that's how many we planned for the Frames and Flowers one in August. And I think that Christmas is even bigger time of the year for making cards. So I have a feeling that that might sell out. So we're over half full. I think we have I have 45 signed up and she has, I think 10. So we're already at 55 and there's 104. So we're just over half. So, and that's, you guys, to the last topic, my goals for the week are emails and text and Facebook messages, which it's hard to keep up with that during the day when I have 5 people or 4 people here, or I am working on publishing classes. And so now my attention will divert and go into emails. And so my plan tonight is to work through emails, and tomorrow I'll be able to work on emails a bit, and then also on Friday. So for those that are still waiting for a response from me, I appreciate your patience so very much. I was talking to Debbie Stone about it today. I don't have a secretary. I am a one-woman show when it comes to the correspondence side of my business. And I told her I used to be able to handle it just fine, no problems. And now that over the course of the last 4 years, it's a snowball in a good way, a very good way. You guys love the classes that we're doing. You love the cards we're designing. You love the kits. And so business is good. I would have to say 5 times the amount of people that are taking classes than we used to. And so instead of responding and getting like 3 or like, let's say 20 emails in a day, it's like hundreds that I need to reply back. I shouldn't say need to, I get to, okay? It's always a positive thing. And so the more that you guys know how busy I am and you guys see that I am, I really appreciate that. And then I always talk about the emails, you guys. It's a never-ending thing, are the emails, and when I say emails, that's a general term for all correspondence for people. So you guys are so great, and I appreciate the patience. I'm patient with everybody, and then everybody's patient with me. So it all works out. So that's the last goal for the week. And so ultimately, I knew we weren't shipping in the next, we're not planning to ship until next week, Friday. And the reason it's Friday is because we are ordering stuff for the new online exclusives that launch on Tuesday. November 5th is when we can get the gems for the Memories and More class. And that's when we can get the gold ribbon for the Stamp-a-Stack. And so on Tuesday morning at 1 a.m., I'll be putting the order in, and I'm going to do 2-day shipping. So we have it Thursday, and then Friday is the big day. And so our goal is to get everything shipped on Friday, or the bulk of it. And then if anything doesn't get done by Friday, it would ship out on Monday. So for the most part, you guys should have everything you need for the month of November beforehand, except for unless you're doing the Reindeer Fun Memories and More class. Then it might be after the fact. So, yeah. And I still asked on the last class if anybody wants me to push that class out so that you can take the class at the same time that the kits. I could always push that class from Monday, the 4th, and do it later the following week. So there is that option too. I just haven't heard it from anybody. And so that's how I've got. So, yay. And then in between all of that, you guys, it's beautiful weather here. It has been amazingly overly warm compared to what it's supposed to be. So I was just out raking my leaves, doing those house chores, right? That all gets done in the middle because it's supposed to rain tonight. And who wants to clean up leaves in the rain, right? Nobody wants a leaf mess because of the rain. So I had to do that. And so it came in hot, right? But that's good, right? That's really good. Keep that stuff going. Get the heart rate up when you work outside. And and we're working now. My electrician is here as we speak. And Tyler's up there working. I'm getting lights in the craft room. So you guys, I don't know if you noticed it, but we worked really feverishly hard to get the craft room and the stout room ready for the I'm thinking next year already, for the Wounded Warrior benefit that we had. And we kind of overdid it, and it was really good to get away to San Diego for 3 days, but it's so hard leaving because of the workload on the front end, and then it's so hard coming back to it because of the extra work on the back end. But I will tell you, the 3 days that I really was away, because I was really on emails while I was traveling, like a little bit, right? If I could respond to people, I was trying to respond as much as I could. But the 3 days that I wasn't, I didn't even have my phone on me. I kind of left it in my purse, tucked away, off to the side, because I was like, I needed to be removed from communication. So yeah, so now though, all of a sudden the trim people are calling and they're saying, hey, can we come over tomorrow and do your trim? Oh man, I don't have the stain. Let me go over to Sherwin-Williams quick and get the stain. So no, you guys, it's good stuff. It's all good stuff. So hopefully I tire you guys out so that you sleep well tonight. Okay. So, all right. We have Sarah Mitchell here. Hi, Pauline Mays. There's Linda from Canada. Hi, Doris Munson and Sarah Merchant. There's Connie Moore. Hi, Amy Langlos. Hi, Bridget and Susan and Sherry and Mary. Yay. Laura Sullivan is here. Hi, Deb Norman. There's Randy and Trish Fagley. Hi, Vicki. Hi, Karen and Jamie from Utah. Yay, Jamie, we got to chat. When you got a moment, I want to talk to you about promoting to silver. So you're close, girlfriend. All right, Faye Godby is here as well. Hi, Deanne Dawn. Hi, Sandy Coy Emery and Karen Karste. Jolene is watching, you guys. Jolene is managing the Cards by Christine comments, and she added the current host code. Very cool, very cool. Lots of M's in there, and it makes it look very long. Hi, Donna Grushki. Hi, Maria Gilbertson. Just a reminder on the host code. As long as you use the host code when you're placing an order, it helps you qualify to get free classes with me, as long as you're reaching the minimum amount of $50. Hi, Catherine Healy. Hi, Nedra. And there's Eileen. Hi, Karen Wetstein. Hi, Cheryl and Roxanne. Hi, Kay. There's Barbara Gabi. Hi, Christine. Hi, Janice. Long time no talk. And she's been using that bundle this week for her daily cards. Oh, very good. I think you're talking about Rose. So that's awesome. Oh, she's been using decorative trees all week. I think that makes sense. That makes sense. And there is, yeah, don't forget the thumbs up. Thanks for that, Sandy. I appreciate it. Hi, Penny Powell. Long time no talk. Hi, Kathy Showalter. And there's Kai. Hi, Terry. And Mimi's here. Hi, Hope Toy. Hi, Jeanette. Bunch of you are here. So wonderful. I was going to say a couple other things before we do roll call. We have ink, paper, scissors, you guys. That is really why we're here tonight. We have a fun class using iconic celebrations, and we'll start those cards momentarily. But I do want to say that if you are Kelly Sheridan or Sandy Coy Emery and you're watching, which I know Sandy is, I don't know if Kelly is, but Kelly spoke up during my showcase. And she triggered a memory that I had, and hi, Jean Terwilliger, and she was 100% accurate. She was so accurate. I'm so amazed how she was so accurate. I have piles, you guys. I really do. I'm a girl of many piles, and I will take over a space until that space is needed for something. So right now, the dining room table is completely full of paper piles and stuff, just stuff, right? So for the Wounded Warrior benefit, all that stuff had to leave, and it had to get scooped up and put into a box. And that box got put in my back bedroom. And in that box was Kelly Sheridan's Share a Recipe, Create a Card, Inspire Others, her recipe card, all right? And when she said during the showcase, if you guys watched the showcase, you might remember we had a little bit of an interaction, and I'm like, I probably had this like, oh man, like she's right. Like she did send me a card. And then the OS moment where I'm like, oh no, where is that card? Where did that go? Well, lo and behold, it's so fun. I took that box, and right after the benefit, I kind of moved it back and took over the dining room table. So it's completely full again. And I'm a little behind. We always say better late than never, and that is so true. I'm a little bit behind since the accident in April. I came back from that, and I feel like I've not gotten caught up on sending cards to people. I still have anniversary cards that I'm sending out to the team. Birthday cards, I'm good on that because Mama helps me with the birthday cards. Mom is on the birthday cards. That's her thing. Hi, Sherry Martin. And so, yes, Kelly Sheridan's here. Yay. Hi, Linda Scott. And so certain things I can keep up with really good because I have helpers that help me with things. But like the cards that are won, and we'll do some card drawings later for people. But the anniversary cards for the team are hard. And then the love that needs to go out when people have lost loved ones or pets or are sick or not doing good, the thinking of you cards. I have a pile of envelopes where I actually I'm halfway there. I get the envelope, the address written on the envelope. but I don't feel it's right to have somebody else write the card out, right? If it was a helper that I could have a helper do it, it'd be fine, right? It'd be done. But when it comes time to write out the card, those envelopes are starting to pile. And so I have a pile of cards and my anniversary cards. And at the bottom of that pile is what I found, Kelly. I found it. So, and it was written, you guys, she was right. I had a Post-it note on here that this was for November. And sadly, I found Sandy Quay Emery's here. She had 2 of them that she sent me. And unfortunately, I flipped this over and I was supposed to do one of these in September. So Sandy, I do apologize. I had told you probably that I would do one of your cards in September. And when you watched SCI on Monday, you probably were maybe disappointed. And I apologize if you felt disappointment because of me. But if you were disappointed that I didn't do yours, just know that if Kelly tells me I could do yours next, I'll do yours. But you know what? I've already staged Kelly's, you guys. I already have the email staged because I told Kelly I would do hers in November. So Sandy, then we're going to do one of yours in December, probably one of these. And then I have yours. Plus you gave me, you guys, Sandy sent me 3, right? And then I also have one from Millie. So we've got 5 months worth. You guys, I went from having one the day before I needed it to having 5 lined up. So I apologize, Kelly, for thinking I didn't have it, which at the moment I didn't, but eventually I would have gotten to the bottom of that pile of cards if I would be on my A game writing out cards. So that's SCI, you guys. We're locked and loaded with that. Hi, Nancy Mole. Sandy says, no worries. Perfect. Yeah, right. So another thing that it's the 30th. It's the second last day. We have basically one full day tomorrow. And I am so pleased to announce that we have 2 newbies to welcome to the team. On a couple past videos, I mentioned that Glenda had joined the team. Just recently. Glenda joined last week. She actually joined while I was in San Diego. Super cool. We had a few bees that joined the team early in the month, but just recently we had Glenda that joined. And so I'm super excited to announce that we also have, as of today, Willie joined the team, and yesterday, Amelia joined the team. So I'm so excited that I get to send out some welcome to the team cards, and I got my little magnets ready to go out, and the Proud to Be a Be Happy stamper little bumper stickers are ready to go too. Also now Willie and Amelia. And these are also things, I can keep up with those kind of, like those cards okay too. But yeah, but the thinking of you ones are a little bit harder to keep up with, you guys. So just know I do think of you, and I want always the right things to happen and sending love and wishes, but it's more meaningful to have it in a handmade card because that is what we do, right? So texts are fine, tweets are fine, but they don't do tweets anymore, whatever, but texts and messages are fine, but cards mean more, I think. So hi, Linda Hunt. All right, so if you want to join my team, the Be Happy Stampers, if you don't have somebody that you're working with and you want to join their team, great, go for it. There's a great sign-up special right now. But if you don't have anybody and you'd like to join my team, I would love for you to become a Be Happy Stamper. The sign-up special here in the States is $155, and you get $155 worth of product, and then it's only $99 plus tax. So it ends up being about $105 here for us in Fond du Lac. Now, if you're in Canada, and you don't have a demonstrator that you work with, or you maybe work with multiple and you're not certain who to work to join, I would highly encourage you to go with Rose Coleman. She is a phenomenal, and if you like me a little bit or a lot, you would love her a little bit a lot, all right? Rose is fabulous, and she is who I partner with in Canada, and I have heard so many people give me so much positive feedback with Rose. So I would highly recommend Rose and her team in Canada. Hi, Rose Garibaldi. So we are going to do roll call for this class, ink, paper, scissors. I have about 15 spots left for this class. So if you're watching this video later in life, let's say a week to 2 weeks to maybe even a month to 3 months to 6 months from now, you might be able to get this as a past class. The way that you should look for it is go to my past classes. It's on my resources link. You guys, it's crazy. I will get people that will they're saying, I'm watching your video, right? They'll call me at all hours of all the days, and they'll be like, I'm watching your video right now, and I just want to have this class. Do you have any left? And so I love it when you watch my videos and you try to get the past classes, and sometimes I can make people happy and I have them, and sometimes I don't. I have them, and I always generally have a PDF tutorial. Anytime I do an online class like this, where you're watching it on YouTube, I always have a PDF tutorial that is available for purchase in my online store. And that is another way for you to be able to make the cards on your own if you have most of the supplies. So, all right. Yes, congratulations to my new team members. I'm super excited. So very cool. So that means we had 6 newbies join the Be Happy Stampers this month, and we're not done yet. So very cool. All right. First on my list is Pat Fleming, and it will always be Pat Fleming because she signed up for every one of these ink, paper, scissors at the beginning of the year. So Pat, you're always number 1. And speaking of that, we are rolling into November here very soon. I'm going to start putting together my calendar of classes for next year. And I'll start working on creating my class sign-up sheets. Probably by the end of November, my goal is to have them made. And if you're somebody that likes to take every single class, which I had about 10 or 15 people that did this last year, what they did is they sent me an email and they said, I really love your ink, paper, scissors classes. I never want to miss one. Can you just make sure I'm signed up for them all year long? And that's perfect. I went through my book and I added them to the class sign up all year long. And then when it comes to a monthly basis, when they want to pay for that class, then they just say, how much should I send you? Because then we look at, did they say, I want all your monthly classes. I want all your Let's Just Stamp classes. I want all your suite classes. And what we can do on a monthly basis then is say, okay, here are the classes you're taking, and this is how much you can send me money. And it makes it like, boom, simple. So just a note, we're getting to that point. And so if that's something that you want to think about for next year, it's crazy to think that that's how close we are to the end of the year, but that's what I'll probably keep announcing that as we get closer to the end of the year, just to let me know. So anyways, starting over, Pat Fleming, Julie Bierschbach, Jennifer Jones, Francis Rodriguez, Angelique McClendon, Sherry Stewart, Sue Spigner, Connie Moore, Sandy Wicklander, Sherry Everett, Shirley Malarkey, Donna Grushke, and Karen Woods, Lisa LaFramboise. And those were my core group that have, it's just awesome. Those were the core that wanted everyone. So, and then we keep going. Annette Rollin, Jeannie Parker, Karen Wetstein, Ruth Nicholson, Carrie White, Cheryl Thomas, Trisha Fagley, Debbie Ebersbacher, Mary Jo Stoll, Kathy Showalter, Roxanne Burton, Vicki Rodriguez, Karuna, Doris Munson, Linda Hunt, Sheila Roberts, Becky Gandolfo, Sarah Mitchell, Debbie Gast, Sandy Coy Emery, Lynn Beasley, Laura Sullivan, Patty Randolph, Mary Carls, Carmen Melendez, Janet Prue, Nedra Dover, Leslie McMinn, Feline Mays, Kate Race, Nicole Herrick, Lori Baxter, Linda Scott, Debbie Stone, Christina Bernards, Faye Godby, Bridget Rowe, Debbie Brown, Sarah Merchant, Angela Knutson, Susan Bellamy, Kathy Dolly Nagari, Rosie Prouty, Chris Robinson, Penny Powell, and Janice Worth. Now, I always say everybody's names out loud to thank them. I appreciate you taking our kitted classes. Without you, we wouldn't do what we love to do, which is continue to design cards and make kits available for people. It gives you gives us purpose. And so we thank you for taking classes with us. And then the other reason I do roll call is to put it out there. So if you're watching and you're like, oh man, she didn't call my name. What did I do wrong? Most likely you did nothing wrong. Okay. It did happen though last week where somebody thought they signed up, but then they really hadn't signed up. And so we figured that out. But this is a way for you to help me figure out, did I miss your name, or did you think you signed up and you really weren't signed up? Or maybe you didn't hear your name and you're like, gosh, I really wanted that class. I need to tell her I want that class. So there's just many reasons for calling out your name. And so if for any reason you're like, man, I should have been on the list, reach out to me, email me. I have plenty of this class available and I can make sure that we get it straight. And on top of it, I've been really kind of disconnected from correspondence since last week. So if you have reached out to me and asked for this class in an email, and I just haven't replied to your email yet, I'll catch it. I really will catch it. And there's plenty that we're not at risk of anybody missing out on this class. And so I was thinking back to my emails that there was a person or two that might have said, hey, can I still get your October IPS? And I just need to get back to them and let them know that they certainly can. So I will do a door prize drawing later after we're done. And I also have a box of cards, what I've been forgetting to do lately. I don't think about it all the time. But I have a box of cards here yet where we've got some winners on the backs of these cards, our past classes, and I can announce a couple classes of people who won the cards. All right, I have some happy mail. We'll go through that here. And then also I want to share with you guys this, on Monday, we did the Share, Create, Inspire class. So Jenny Knutson, because I didn't find the other recipes, we did yours on Monday. And so this was the otter card that I made, and then this is what Jenny made. And these are, yes, Susan Ray Hendricks, I can definitely add you to this class. And you sent me an email and you placed orders to get classes for free. And I did see that, and I will be replying to that. And if you want to send me another email to just make sure I don't miss that you wanted this class, I would be completely happy with that. So this was share a recipe, create a card, inspire others. And this was photographed, and we already added this to the event in Facebook, which is super cool on that, yay. And then if you guys missed Mystery Card Night, Mystery Card Night, sending hugs to you. Oh, this was what we made for Mystery Card Night. We are in gift card season, so we made it as a little matchbook. And so you guys, that was what we did in case you missed it. That is out there as well. And then I don't know if I ever showed this card off, but this is from, it was Debbie Lindauer. Debbie Lindauer is part of the, oh man, you guys, look at this. All right. These bags are full of cards, swap cards, full of swap cards. We just finished off the Radically Retro swapping part, and on Sunday we have the party part, but I have 20 times 100 cards. I have 100 cards right there, you guys. I think there's 100 cards. No, 95 cards right there. And so for those that want to see that, I do an unlisted video, and I share it in the Radically Retro swap party group that I have. And that's where I share that. So if you want to be part of that, you need to request access to that group and then maybe consider joining us in the future. So yay. All right. So this was from Debbie Lindauer. I like this kind of a card where it's the ombre look, like light to dark. And this is a great card to use the Stamparatus for, that you can do your lines. And then it says, "You're truly amazing. Thanks." And yay. So speaking of, she had mentioned in here about the Wounded Warrior Project. So I was happy. One of the things I did get off my to-do list today was sending an email with an update about it. We were at $31,280 or $281, something like that. And it was a weird number to me, right? That didn't look nice. So I thought about it, and I'm like, I'm just going to throw in, originally I was just going to throw in the extra 20 bucks, but then I thought about it and I thought, you know what, I'm going to throw in $220 from me personally to bring it up to $31,500. And I looked at it as there are people like who I talked to, like Debbie Stone today. Debbie Stone and Vera Anderson, you're another one that comes to my mind. There are people, Ruth Nicholson, there are those three core people that I know generally always register for my classes via my website, and they pay for each class. And they pay the full price versus asking me for an amount, which is perfectly fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong, but they pay extra for shipping. And I don't go on the back end and say, oh man, you have a credit of this, and now you can use a coupon. And it's just, that's become too much of a rigmarole for me. And so in honor of those people, like those three people, and I know there's probably more, and if you want to say that you're one of them, you're more than welcome to, but there are people who I end up consolidating their classes, and then they've paid a little bit more for shipping than what they would have needed to. And so in honor of you guys who do that, I put in an extra $220 to the donation. So you can think of it that you're helping with that donation to the Wounded Warrior Project. And so the nice even number of $31,500. And so I just created and sent out the email this afternoon. Oh, it was probably at 4:30, something like that, 4 o'clock. And in that email, there are a bunch of links, everybody. So again, if you don't get emails from me, this would be a reason why you might want to get emails from me. And in the email, it had all the links that you could go to see the YouTube video for the class. You could watch the presentation by me, Sarah Douglas, and Mary Taluzzi from the Wounded Warrior Project. You could see that video if you missed it. And then you could also see the video for the raffle in case you got in on the raffle and you didn't know, maybe, oh man, I won or I didn't win. There was a live raffle drawing. And there's also tomorrow morning on the KFIZ radio station. Yesterday morning, I went to KFIZ radio station and we did an interview, and it is launching or airing tomorrow morning, the 31st. And you could listen to it live if you want to tomorrow, or like in the email right here, you could go to watch it live by clicking, and this is going to start playing, but I was on the radio, and you can hit play, and you guys could.
KFIZ Today continues. Great conversation we are going to be having right now.
Yep. So there you guys can, that's it. You guys can go and listen to that radio interview. It was 21 minutes long, and he interviewed myself and Mary Toulouse. And so it was super cool to have a wrap-up interview. And so that is out there. And then the other thing that's out there is I listed everybody who won raffle baskets. And there is one person in particular that I'm looking to reach out to. If you guys know Lisa Pfister, she won a couple raffle baskets, and I'm trying to connect with her for her to get her prizes. And the reason that I don't know, because she was a person that came up randomly and she paid with cash to get her raffle tickets. And we didn't jot her phone number down. And so if anybody knows Lisa Pfister, she's probably from the Fond du Lac area, let me know so that we can connect with her. So then the other thing at the end, you guys, I've got 2 links here for the MS benefit in April. And then I've got another MS benefit, another Wounded Warrior benefit. It's staged for November 1st of next year. We are doing it a little bit later than we did this year. We're doing it closer to Veterans Day, actually. A little bit later, though, because I will be in Germany at the time. I'm going to keep saying that aloud because until the tickets are booked, it's like a wish list thing, a bucket list thing. So I'm going to keep saying that we're going to be in Germany. We're going. And so we're going to be in Germany during World Car Making Day. And so we're going to pushing the benefit out. And I did say in there that there's nothing wrong. There was absolutely nothing wrong with the Wounded Warrior Project, but people have come to me and said, well, there's other organizations that help veterans. And so we're definitely doing the benefit to help disabled veterans, to assist or help them in transition from one life to the civilian life. And there's other organizations out there. And so there was absolutely nothing wrong with the Wounded Warrior Project, nothing at all. So I don't want anybody to think, well, why aren't we using them again? I just want to share the love with another organization that is out there that helps veterans. So definitely the benefit is for our veterans. And so we're going to have the raffle baskets the same, and we're going to have them honor a veteran. So it's all going to be set up the same, and it just might be a different organization. So we're trying to figure that out, okay? If anybody has any ideas, we're welcoming suggestions. And I did just officially Google today disabled veteran organizations, and I came up with a list like that big. So yeah, but definitely one that is a nationwide organization. All right, I totally prefer to order and receive all of your classes one fun goodie box. I love it. You guys, it has been working out for me. We started transitioning to what Feline is talking about. We started transitioning to that maybe 2 months ago. I think we're going into our 3rd month of doing it. And it just makes it so much easier for us to not have 3 shipping days in a month, 3 kitting days, like 3 weeks of kitting, like 1 week. We just have gotten into a rhythm where we design the cards, the helpers prep, the helpers come in and kit, and then we mail. And we do that and it works. It's like a nice, well-oiled wheel. And then it might mean you might not get the first month, like the first class in the first, if there are classes the first week of the month, you may not get them in time, but then the rest you are. So we've got a good system that we're going. So, and so Angelique is one goodie box, she's loving it. And that helps you guys too, because you were probably getting packages galore, like your packages, and it gets confusing. So we don't want confusion. So tunnel to towers might be, okay, so it's funny that you say, it's not funny, but what you just said there, Sandy, ever since I started donating to the Wounded Warrior Project from us as the benefit we did last year, I get mail from the tunnel to towers as well. They send me things in the mail now. So, all right, I'm back to Happy Mail, you guys. That was a little bit of a diversion, but I think we needed that to let you know about the Wounded Warrior Project, the results. So Mary Lemke sent me a sweet treat. It was a little jam-filled muffins, and she said, all I have to do is add an egg and I've got a great breakfast is what I'm going to think. So she sent me her swap cards. And so this was a class card from Labeled with Love, and it was a Let's Just Stamp from a couple months ago. And I do have a couple, I think 3 left of this class. And so this is the card she made from it, and it was very cool. And a special note. Thank you for all I do. So thank you, Mary. She's glad to be a bee. I'm so glad that you're a bee as well. And she's going to be coming into town here very soon. And she's going to be doing porch pickup for her stuff. I love it. All right. This one comes to me, to Tyler, from Anna Rebedu. And this was a little note to thank me also for my hard work and dedication to the team. So I appreciate that. I love getting happy mail. And this was a pretty card that Karen Wetstein actually made. Very pretty. And I don't know if I shared that with Tyler yet, so I have to share this with Tyler. So I got to set that off to the side. All right, you guys. this one is special. This came to me from Kelly Lamb. If you guys don't know, Kelly is, hi Gwen Goda from Hawaii. And Susan likes one box too. Yeah, so you guys, the general feedback that I'm getting is people like one package versus multiple packages. Now, I don't believe I've really gotten any negative feedback with that, so that's awesome. So Kelly Lamb is the gal who's been by my side since 2015, helping me with the business. And then she's been by my side since she was born. And so I've known Kelly my entire life. And she went through a really hard last year. You guys, I don't know. I did talk to somebody recently about this. And I'm going to tear up a little bit, maybe. But a year ago, Kelly was in a really rough spot. Kelly's been doing my paper pumping classes for me since May of 2021. And she absolutely loves doing them. It's her outlet to get, and it has been her outlet to get away from what I didn't realize what she was going through was a really hard, stressful time in her marriage and in her life. And she started doing the pumpkins. And if you've been watching her and following her doing them, you probably noticed this too. And about a year ago, she was in a really rough spot, a really low spot where she said that if she would go back to look at that video from August of last year, that she doesn't even recognize herself and she doesn't even remember doing the class. She was just, her mind was not there. It was doing the motions and living the way, like she was living and doing things. Like she was living, breathing, doing everything that she needed to be doing, but she was not like part in her body. It was just, she said it was the weirdest feeling. So this was waiting for me when I came home one day. She absolutely loves Winnie the Pooh, which is really cute because our cats' names are Bigger Tigger and Honey. And so Kelly made this card and gave it to me after the benefit. And I'm going to read it to you guys because I know that maybe if you were watching her a year ago and you probably saw, wow, what's going on with this girl? I don't want to watch her like this because I don't need that in my life, because we want to be upbeat and happy. So if you stopped watching Kelly because of maybe she was going through that hard time and you're like, you don't want to follow people who bring you down. I totally get that. But it might be a time, I'm going to read this to you, and Kelly's in a completely different spot in her life, and she is at peace, and she's happier, and she's just settled again. And you have to do things in your life. You have to sometimes pull the rug out from under your legs and fall before you can get back up and redo things. And just know that whatever you do in your life, you're not always stuck there forever. Hopefully, like that you can make changes if you need to. And so Kelly wrote this, you guys. And so this is sharing what she wrote. And this is why we have the community that we have. So where do I begin? There aren't enough thanks in the world to accurately convey my appreciation for you. Thank you for always believing in me, being patient and understanding, seeing my worth, and sometimes even convincing me of it. Thank you for sending me a life preserver, even when you didn't know that I needed it. And thank you for being the big sister I've always wanted and needed. You and this stamping community have been instrumental in my resurgence, and I can't wait for the dust to settle so I can continue to be the best version of myself, for myself, my family, support network, and for everyone who has cheered me on from the sidelines. I pray you know how much you and Tyler, the stamping and the community around it means to me. And I hope that I'm just dipping my toes into where it's going to take me. I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to watch you continue to climb and thrive. And she signed her name, Kelly Beekle. So you're going to see me crying here because I kept asking her, like, are you Kelly Lamb? Are you Kelly Beekle? Kelly Lamb? She's like, you can call me whatever. But in my phone, she's always been Kelly Beekle. So yeah, so you guys, that's what it's about. So I thought I would share that with you, and I knew I would cry, but I just wanted you guys to know, like, that's what our community is about, being there for each other and to support each other when we are at our lowest or at our highest. We're always there for each other. So now I'll work myself through that, but I might need to blow my nose. So instead of wiping it on my shirt. So hang on. Oh, baby. So anyways, so if anybody wants to send cards to Kelly to let her know that you support her and are wanting the best for her, just reach out to me. I'll give you her address. Sorry about this. I can't remember the last time I cried live. It was probably when Honey passed away last year. So anyways, all right. On to a different note. So we have a card here. I got to flip down because I lost my community here. All right. So, all right. Let me flip down here. So I have another card here. What did it? I love watch. Oh, you guys love watching Kelly. Good. I need a tissue. I know, right, Angelique? I cried when I read it, and I'll cry every time I read that letter. I'm not trying to make everybody cry, but if you do cry, know that they are good tears. It doesn't hurt to cry every now and then. It cleans out your tear ducts, right? That's how I look at it. So I didn't go into tonight thinking I was going to make you guys cry, but when I saw the card in the pile, I'm like, oh man, I might be crying tonight. So, all right. So this one, you guys, is from Miss Gwen Simmons, and she gave Tyler and myself a card, Tyler and me a card. And when we open this up, so Gwen is the gal. I'm not crying. You're crying. I know, right? So this one is from Gwen Simmons, and you guys, she has those glittery pens, just like Leslie McMinn had a glitter pen, and she has these beautiful, these little portraits on here, and I'll have to read to you guys what she wrote about these. So they're really cool. You can cut them up. I guess, Gwen, I think you might be watching. She told me where she got them from. It was to help somebody. She said, I forgot to mention that, so she sent me pictures here, that the extra sheets of, they're called stained glass pattern paper. They were purchased to support Michelle of Pink and Maine in Florida, Maine in Florida, Hurricane Helene relief for North Carolina. Aren't they pretty? Yep, isn't they? Yeah, they're pretty. I love them. I got these and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is where I would want to go on vacation. And then what she did is she cut one up, and then she popped up the front middle panel here so that and put it onto a card. So yay. And she's got the You're the Bee's Knees. So very cool. So that was from my friend Gwen Simmons. Oh, if you guys, okay, so Connie, can you send me a note? If you could send me a note. You're very heartily so happy. She is in a better place. She definitely is. Sometimes, you guys, we have to go through the bad to have the rainbows, right? You have to have rain to get rainbows. So, Connie, send me an email. If anybody would like to send Kelly a card, just send me a note so that I can email you back or text you back addresses. And those are easy ones to reply back to you guys. All right, this comes to us from Miss Pat Fleming. She used I think it's the More Than Autumn. Oh, you guys, it just started raining. I am so relieved that I went out at 5:45 my time. I was still out there sweeping up leaves, and now it's raining, and so I did the right thing. All right, so this is from Pat Fleming. So nothing's better than autumn. So I did get this, Pat. I think I told you that. Yay. And then this one is from Miss Lisa Soboleski. Lisa is Kathy Dolly Nagari's sister. I believe sister or sister-in-law. Sister, I think. So she sent me a thank you. Now, the reason I received this is because Lisa got a gift card for her sister, Kathy. And I wanted to let you guys know that the holiday season is coming up. And if you want to get gift cards for any of your stamping buddies to get classes with me or to get Stampin' Up! Product, you can get gift cards. And I do them for birthdays or anything. You could give a gift card for any reason from me, a gift card for me to anybody for any reason. And she got her a $50 gift card. And when somebody gets a $50 gift card from me, I include a handmade greeting card so that you can give a card to the person as well. So just putting that out there, that now we're getting to that point where you might be thinking about what kind of gifts to get for people. This was super cool. This came from Ann Bellinger. I love what she did. It's a thank you card. And what she did is she tore the blue designer paper and then the red designer paper and then looped some ribbon back and forth. And a thank you for all the support for the Wounded Warrior Project. Now, I'd like to add on here for Ann Bellinger. Ann does a super cool thing. When she doesn't want her stamps anymore or stamping supplies, what Ann did is she donated them to us. And she sends me a box once or twice a year. And she either has priced them or we price them. But what she said is any of the funds, we can use it to go for our benefits. So I'll tell you that part of that $31,500 that we're donating to the Wounded Warrior Project, about $300 of it came from Ann. For the last 2 or 3 stamping sales, we've been collecting her sales from her stuff, and it's going to be part of this donation. So Ann, I don't know if you knew that we were donating it, but we saved it for the last couple ones to donate for this one. So very cool. Thank you for that, Ann. And then this was from, oh man, I think if I had to guess, Donna Grushki, did you send this to me? Donna, I believe, and it wasn't Donna. This was in an envelope, and then what's awesome, this is one of the kits. So if you like this card, you guys, I believe this is a kit that's still available. I love having the sun on the inside like that. And I might have thrown away the envelope that came with, but super cool that when you open that up, you got, boom, sunshine. Oh, Kai, send me an email too so that I can send a reply back to you. This one comes to us from Mary Novak. So the hand-penned petals is going on here. Very cool. She said, feel free to donate. So no, what I'm going to do with this one, Mary, is I send this to people. Like when I need thank you cards for people, I reuse these cards when you don't write in them. So it gives the life of the card another life. This one is from Pat Detlefson. Just a little note and a little inside in here. And then a little love note on the back. Oh, she won a prize from, I think, a game night back in June that I just got mailed out, you guys. Our game night was in July. She won some sequins. And so, yay, I got a thank you card from Pat for that. All right, so that is the happy mail, you guys. That's a little bit of a lot to go over. And now I realize that we're just getting started with class. But I love to share what I can with you guys so that you know what's going on. All right, so what are we doing tonight, right? That is the million-dollar question. We're making cards, right? So Diane and I teach this class together. So we design the cards and then we design together. When we picked this one, we picked an online exclusive. I think it might be the first time we picked an online exclusive for an ink, paper, scissors. And so we picked Iconic Imagery is the name of the stamp set. And it's actually officially a suite called Iconic Celebrations. And it comes with stamp set and a set of dies. There's coordinating paper. I don't have a catalog to show it to you because this is not in a catalog. But, oh, Donna said it's not from her. Okay, there was somebody else that sent that card then. I was going to say, usually I save yours. And now I'm trying to think. I bet somebody gave me a gift with that. So this is what the designer paper looks like. And so everybody that signed up for this class, you got a quarter pack of the DSP, which includes one of each sheets. Now, this is really hard because we try to use at least each sheet once in the class. And with this, we paired up our designer paper and we ended up with 6 cards. Now, normally there's 4 cards, but we ended up with 6 because Diane was ready to stop, but I was like, no, we need more. We need more. We got to try to at least use all the DSP. So we ended up with 6 cards. And I think, and I believe there's enough left over that you guys can decorate your envelopes too to match, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that each envelope here got a little decoration on it. So this is a great one for you to decorate your envelopes. So the paper represents different iconic celebrations. So the last card we did was the dove card, but this one's your Christmas card. This one's a Valentine's Day card, and I know we're probably not in the market for Valentine's Day quite yet, but it's coming. This one was your New Year's Eve card to us. This one was your winter card, so happy holidays again, so 2 holiday ones. And then we did a Thanksgiving card. And then we were all done, and I begged Diane. I said, can we just use the dove paper? And I think I was talking to somebody about, oh man, there's dove paper left. What do I do with the doves? They're like, make a wedding card. I'm like, oh yeah, weddings are iconic celebrations. And I just went to a wedding this past weekend, so I was very good. So we made a dove card. So Diane was saying she did this class last night, and Christina Heiser said to her, well, you could have made the 7th card and used this last sheet of paper. Now we've got 1 sheet of paper left. And I'm like, now it's like, well, make a card at home, right? So we have to just pull out the paper that we need for each one. So this one is for your Valentine's Day, as is the heart one. So those 2 will go for this card. And then you have candy canes and the leaves. This might be the one we didn't use. So we have acorns that go there. This plaid one, the lines go with this card. This one's for the 4th of July. It could be 4th of July, but it's not the right color. So we did more New Year's. That's the winter one. This is for the New Year's card. The doves is all by itself. And there was no way to pull in this last sheet into that card. And then you have the stripes and the snowflakes go together. Wow, you are talking very fast. Oh, so Kai, I do talk really fast. And the thing that I have heard you can do, I don't know if you can do it during the live. Somebody might have to help answer that for me. But what you can do is you can slow the speed. And I don't know if everybody knows this. When you're watching YouTube lives, you can make it go faster and you can make it go slower. And it's a setting. Or it's something. And if somebody's watching knows the answer to how to do that, you could let Kai know how to do that. I do have a tendency of talking really fast. I really do. So I apologize for that because I do go very fast. So, all right, what's left? We have, oh, I lied. This piece right here goes with this card. And this was the one that's left over. Now, if you can find a way, it's back to normal. Great, good, good. If you can find a way to bring, we thought, well, could we bring this piece in here? It kind of matches, but to me, this was like, it's party celebration. Maybe it could get put on here somewhere. Maybe you could put a strip of it back here. We'll see if that works or not. We can maybe see how that works. So we've got all the designer paper matched up with the cards. There is also in your bag of fun, so you get a goodie bag with ink, paper, scissors. You get the quarter pack of designer paper. Oh, that got cut open. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. So you get this 3 twine combo pack, which is currently out of stock at the moment, but you get natural tones linen thread. I have, well, I don't know why that is cut like, oh, you know why? I bet you any money when we cut the box open that this one was at the top of the box and that got sliced. But I'm not going to use that because I have here 3 that are already started. It says, note the dimensions for the heart DSP is different from the picture of the card regarding height and width. Okay. Faye, if you could do me a favor and send that to me in an email. We'll try to talk about it tonight, but I want to make sure that I don't forget about that if I need to do something. Then you also got in your pack here the Druzy gems. It could be Druzzy, don't know honestly. I say Druzy. And they come in like a coppery color and the clear color. All right, so then in your kit, the last thing you'll have are 6 card kits. Oh, and your golden ticket. So I call this the golden ticket. It helps you remember the name of the class. It helps you remember your name, if you forget. It helps you remember what day the class was on. So until you get your cards made, I highly encourage you to keep your golden ticket with it, because if you're going through your emails, you can find the name of the class to get the PDF, which was emailed out to you guys, I believe, on Monday. And then the other thing is, if you're going through YouTube, it helps you find the video. We started putting the QR code on the instructions, and people have been liking that. As much as we're resistant to QR codes, I completely understand that we are. We can be. I am. Especially going to a restaurant, I want paper to look at my menu. Totally get that. But people have been telling me that it's very helpful to have the QR code, because if you do print your instructions and you take your phone and scan the QR code on your instructions, it takes you right to the YouTube video. So you don't have to go searching YouTube to get the video. Super cool. All right. So I said the same thing when I first met Christine, but now I am very used to her speed. Haha. Good. Thanks for loving me, Nancy. I appreciate that. All right. So let's grab the cards here one by one. This one's an easy one. It's a mat, but you want to just make sure it's horizontal, not vertical, unless you switch your card to be vertical. The doves are going, they're flying left, right. And I work in 1/16 of an inch. Not everybody's in 1/16 of an inch. I understand that. So you would either go up a hair or down a hair. So like this could be a 5 by 3 3/4, or it could be, what I use is 5 1/16 by 3 13/16 when I do my second mat. And what you're going to want to do is make sure you cut off the side panel here, because that will become your envelope panel. So I'm going to do the 3 13/16 first. Again, you could do 3 3/4, or you could do it bigger, depending on how much of a mat you want to see. But 3 13/16, it's like you measure twice, cut once. So I looked at that twice and hesitated, but that's what you're going to save for your envelope here, right? So that becomes your envelope flap. Your envelope might stick out a little, or you might have a little bit. You can just trim your envelope if you need to. So that's for your envelope. All right, then it's by 5 1/16, like that, complete with a cat fur in there, and 5 1/16. Now this little piece right here is the perfect addition on the inside, right? So you don't have to stamp a focal image if you don't want to. You could use that. And then this is the mat that goes on the top here. Now we did talk about this piece right here. If you guys think that you want to use this piece of designer paper, you could cut a strip that is taller than the white but thinner than the blue, and you could have that come out. Could have that come out the sides here if you want, so that you say that you used every sheet of the designer paper. That you could do that. So just putting it out there for those that want that. All right, so there's the blue one. I'm gonna set that off to the side. Now this one, the same thing with the snowflakes. It's 5 1/16 by 3 13/16, and I want to do my 3 13/16. Okay, so Jolene, thank you for asking that question to Faye. So Faye, Jolene helps me write the tutorials. So she could make any changes that she sees that are wrong already, and she could be doing that tonight while she's watching me. So guys, this is the 5 1/16 by 3 13/16. We can save the snowflake to put in the bottom, or you could stamp a snowflake. So Faye, yeah, if you want to communicate via the messaging here so that Jolene can see what you think is incorrect, we can try to get it fixed right away, and then we can tell the whole community while they're watching if there is something wrong and what it might be. The DSP stripes is just 1 inch by 4 inches. So what you could do is cut an inch off one side here, like that. Now this is going to be extra. Save that for something later in life. But then it's by 4 inches. And it's a little scrap too. That's an easy measurement. It's just a 1 by 4. All right, so then we're going to set this off to the side. Now this one, you have a choice to make. You could, if you are so inclined, you could cut strips on the side here and save paper, or you could cut the entire mat. Your call. It gets covered up in the middle, so you really could. Now, let's see what we wrote on our instructions here. Fold instructions on the pin pad. We did we did a 1 inch by 5 1/16. And so it saves paper then. So on this plaid piece, I'm going to cut 2 inches, right? Because I said I need 1 inch, but I need 2 of them. So I'm going to cut 2 inches. And then I'm going to switch it over to 5 1/16. Right? So I'm only cutting that one time, saving that. And then I'm going to flip it back and do my 1 inch. Right? So those are my 1 inch strips for the side here. Perfect. And then we need the firework piece. And that is a 5 1/16 by 2. 2 scoops. So 2 inches. Let's do our 2 inches first. And then by 5 1/16. Like that. And that becomes the middle panel piece here. So this is what we need now. We didn't save anything for our envelope flap. So you get to make a decision. You've got enough left over to do fireworks or to do the plaid. And so what I'm going to do is the fireworks. And I think I'll just cut this at 2 inches because that should be plenty for my envelope flap. And then I've got it set off to the side here. All right. Hopefully that made sense. They're easy cuts for these cards. Now, our Thanksgiving card. This piece right here is, I think, a 4 by 3, if I'm not mistaken. 3 by 4, yep. And it's 3 inches wide by 4 inches tall. So I'm going to do the 3 inches first, this way. So I want my stripes to go horizontally. So 3 inches. And then decide if you want this for your envelope flap. I'm just scrolling over on the side here, seeing which one I used. I used acorns or I used stripes, right? So I use the stripes. So I need the 3 inches. This will get saved for my envelope flap. And then it's by 4 inches. So let's flip it this way. And we'll do 4. So that's a scrap. So that's this piece right here. This is for my envelope flap. And then we have the acorns. And the acorns are 2 by 3 13/16. You gotta look at the acorns and tell me, do they have a direction to them? I kind of think they're going horizontally here. And 314. All right, they're going this way to me. So I want mine to be going up and down. I like that better. And it's 2 inches wide. So I'm gonna do the 2 inches first and cut that off. And then we said 3 13/16. Hi, Suzanne Deppis. I'll have to watch what I missed. Okay, so also I have answered for the Technique Club classes that are upcoming. November is embossing. Oh, okay, good job, Jolene. So she's got it. November is embossing on glitter paper. Okay, very cool. I saw glitter paper out there, so I didn't know that. And then December is shaker cards using Snowy Wonder. I remembered it was Snowy Wonder, but I did not remember that it was shaker cards. Thank you for answering that. I appreciate it. And then we have our pieces here. All right, there's that, boom. All right, we've got 2 more cards to cut the designer paper. This heart piece is like normal. It's a normal mat for me, I guess you would say. And I'm gonna do my 3 13/16 first. And it's gonna go 5 1/16 next, like that. And then I can save this for my bottom inside. Now, let's talk about the hearts. Do you want the hearts to be your envelope flap or not? If you do, they're going to be going this way, which isn't the worst, right? If somebody opens up the card, if somebody opens up while they're cutting it, the hearts will be straight, right? But they're not going to be going necessarily this way. So I opted to use this piece for the envelope flap. And this is a little guy. He's a wee little one. 1 7/8 by 2 5/8. And there's no direction to this for me, so I'm going to do 1 7/8 by 2 5/8. Perfect. And then I'm going to use this for my envelope flap, and I'm just going to cut it at 2 inches. All right, so that's what I'm saving for my envelope flap. Perfect. And then there was one. So this is, oh man, this is the one. This one's going to be a little bit more work. Not much more, but just a little. So this green piece is a 2 by 2 1/2. So we're going to cut the 2 inches first by 2 1/2. That's an easy number. Those are nice numbers. Those are nice round numbers. So that's the middle piece here. And then there are the strips. So let's talk about those strips. It's 3 inches wide by 4 1/2 inches tall to start. So it's 3 inches wide. So we're going to do 3 inches. Just trust the system here. 3 inches. This is going to be saved for my envelope flap. And then, so 3 inches wide by 4 1/2 tall. So this is our starting point. Okay, so this is extra. But now we have all these little skinny little things, these skinny strips. Like, this is the thing. People have been making lots of these cards with the skinny strips. They're not the same. They are some bigger and some smaller. And so from the left, so we got our paper here. So from the left, we're going to cut 3/8 off inch first. 3/8 inch. So 1, 2, 3. So there's 3/8 inch. Okay. And then we're going to cut 1/2 of an inch off. So this is really important to keep them now in order. Okay. So now 1/2 inch. And if your paper moves, you gotta pick it up and put it right back. Okay, so there's 1/2 inch. And then we chose to do next 5/8 of an inch, 5 of those 1/8 inches. And then we did a 3/8 inch. And you guys, when you're doing this at home, you can do them whatever you want. You don't have to go exactly what we did. You can make them bigger or smaller. That's the true beauty of getting the piece of designer paper. You can do what you want. And then we went back to a 5/8. You can do whatever you want. And then that leaves us with 1/2 of an inch. Perfect. Okay, so now tricky business is to keep these in order, right? And maybe we're going to start with this card so we don't accidentally get them out of order. That one was already, there we go, back on track. All right, so I'm just going to set this over here because I think we'll come to that one first to get that one done. I just was thinking about Diane doing this class in person last night, trying to have everybody cut that. Ooh, okay. That would be it for this. All right, that's it for cutting the designer series paper. I think we got all of the stuff prepped for our envelopes to do them. Because I chitty-chatted so much on the front end, we'll see. I might not glue my envelope flaps on with you tonight because we've glued envelope flaps. I don't think you guys need to see me necessarily do that. And I want to be respectful. I don't need the class. We got 6 cards to make. So we'll see how it goes, you guys, all right? We're definitely going to get all the cards made. I might save embellishing them for the end, right? We'll just see how it goes. You guys, I got the jazz hands going tonight. So, all right. So Suzanne, if you're wondering, we did just get started. So we got our paper cut, but now we're going to go ahead and start pulling out our card kits here, you guys. Yeah, I'm going to take a drink of water. So I cried and my fluids left my body. More so than normal, I think. All right, let's look at the card kits. I have these in the same order that you probably have them in your kits. So when I open them up, oh, look at that. That might be the one we want. All right, let's just see, because I don't think any else there, oh, there was another mossy one. So let's just see if this bottom one was the right one. It's the wrong one. Okay, that's the Thanksgiving card. So the bottom one is not the right one. And that wasn't mossy. That wasn't mossy. That's not mossy. That, it must be the first one. Okay, so underneath your golden ticket is the card that we're looking for right now. So I'm gonna put my golden ticket back on the top. Hopefully that helps you so that you find it right away. Generally, there shouldn't be anything in your envelope when we put the flap down, the fold down in first. And you're always gonna want to burnish your edges because we don't do that for you. We do fold them. And this one has been embossed. You guys, I have the best and most amazing helpers in the entire world. I have to say that I do. They emboss. Rhonda helps with embossing. Karen Wetstein helps with cutting designer paper and any little strips of paper that I need, window sheets. Tammy and her mom Sandy do die cutting. Anna does die cutting. And Karen Forward does die cutting. And my mom and Rhonda and Barb Collins. Everybody helps with kitting. You guys, it's amazing. So I have to give a shout out to all the helpers. Without them, we wouldn't be doing the card kits like we do. So, all right, so that's gonna go there. We have this label. Now this label does come from the die set. And I am sad to say that out of all the dies that there are here, I think the only die we used for this class really is that one. I don't remember if we used anything else. I'll find out when we get going, but they got the littlest hearts here in the world and little stars. And then there's a little label here for words. And then these match some of the focal images, but I think the only thing we did was pull out that one die. So that's the label here. And then you have, let's see, I had heard that these might not fit. Oh, they're perfect. Okay, then we're gonna grab this, and this should fit right in there, like that. So that is how we're gonna glue that. You have an inside. Now, because I designed this ink, paper, scissors with Diane, the deal I've made with her is that we double mat the inside for you, so that it really zhuzhes up your inside. So that says celebrate, and I'll be honest, I don't believe I stamped anything for words in there, but I did put a tree in. So we did use a lot of the focal images for the insides. So there is a teeny tiny little tree in there, and so we have that ready, and then we need the word celebrate, celebrate. It's that commercial that I have in my head from when I used to have TV and I used to watch commercials. That Celebrex, I think, commercial. They always said, celebrate, celebrate. All right, annoying, because it's still in my head after, what, 10 or 15 years? That's how that goes. All right, I'm going to get a little baby block for my tree, because that doesn't need a huge D block, but there's our little tree. We don't want to lose him. All right, then on this one, we need the mossy mineral. You guys, core Regal colors. Look at this. We have our navy, our cobbler, and our mossy. Three of my favorite, besides purple, three of my favorite colors to work with are these Regal colors. And we've got a brand new Mossy Meadow ink pad, because sometimes you need a new ink pad that is mossy. And then you sometimes will get those little white things on it. And we want to stamp celebrate, and we'll get our tree stamped. So you can ink up. If you don't have mossy, you could definitely use cherry cobbler. You could also use old olive or a dark green, whatever. All right, so celebrate goes there. Nice. And then we will put our teeny tiny greeny tree in the corner. I did not pull any extra sentiments for the insides of the card. So whatever you guys want for your inside. Now, you might not even like celebrate on a Christmas or holiday card. That's fine. You could put a nice holiday sentiment or Christmas sentiment in the middle there, right? Definitely is doable. So we can glue a bunch of things down. It is really weird to see ferns on red paper. I will say that. I'm not used to that. Usually I use the green embossing folder. The fern embossing folder on green things. We're gonna do that gluing, that gluing. Oh, you know what? And this sometimes makes people a little anxious. I'm sorry for that if that happens, but I do a lot of gluing. If I'm gonna open up this glue bottle, we're gonna glue 42 and hope that the cat does not jump up here and get sticky paws. All right, so there's the mat on the outside. And then we're going to do the mat on the inside. That is cobbled. And if you are so inclined, you could always die cut stuff out of the middle. Just know that it being in the inside, you might end up with a divot for when you're writing your love notes. All right, so there's that. And then we already dry fitted these, so we know that they fit good. That is our goal, is to dry fit beforehand, just to make sure that we don't need to shore up anything. And then that little guy goes right there. Perfect. So that gets us staged here. I am helping with the book report. I hope, well, we just did all of our cutting. All right, Barbara Gabi, we'll catch you later. Hi, Rosie Prouty from Los Angeles. Oh, yeah, Laura, they appreciate that. Hi, Mr. Santiago. I'm glad you could join us. Jolene, I just looked at the PDF and the height and width are reversed. I cut my DSP and didn't catch it as I looked at the photo and cut according to the picture. Okay, I think that depends whether you want a horizontal or vertical card or not identified on the focal piece. Okay, so you girls, just instead of me going back and looking, just remind me which card that was so that we cut it, so that I can tell everybody, in case people didn't get their stuff cut yet, we can have you, I honestly, I can't remember which card it was. I've talked about a tons of things since then. So we have all of these strips here, and we want to make sure that they stay in the correct order. And what we're going to do, and they have varying heights. So this is where you can use your own, what you like. So I've got one here, and then I went down, a little up, down, up. And I tried not to make them even. I tried to stagger them a little bit. And I tried to keep 1/8 of an inch in between each one. Okay, Jolene said she's got the changes. Just remind me, Jolene or Faye or Karen, which card it is when I get to it, because I probably cut mine. It's the heart card. Okay, thanks, Karen. Oh, so if you did cut them wrong, is it just that the card's going to be a horizontal card versus a vertical card? Is that maybe what's happening? Which it still would probably look pretty nice. But yes, what Jolene will do is she'll have the PDF updated, and then anybody who signed up for class, I'll piggyback off the email I sent earlier in the week and resend it with the corrected one and just tell everybody what happened. All right, Feline, we'll catch you later. Enjoy your time with your mama. All right. Oh, Rosie, you're okay. No worries at all. So now I'm going to remember to do these, and I'm going to kind of use my card on my right as my guide. And I remember I flipped them like this. There are 2 changes there. Okay. So then this one's going to come down a hair, keeping it about 1/8. And then this one's going to go up a little higher than the first one. I'm not pressing them down yet. In case you hadn't noticed that, I am staging them. In case I don't like where I end up later here at the end, I can always gently pull them up and reposition if necessary. And I got a little close here on the end. I see this one right here could be moved over, and I kept my glue more towards the middle, so in case I moved over, I didn't have glue all over. And then this one right here too, you can see here, I can just gently pull that up and give myself a little more space here. And then I can pull this one up. And now I've got it kind of positioned where I like it. I mean, you're going to have some differences. Oh, Louis, Mr. Santiago, perfect. I'm glad. Thank you for letting me know that it's in the mail. Perfect. I have your paper pumpkins here, and I have your Regal Floral. Let's just stamp on the back counter. So I'm going to put this out there too now that it popped in my head. I had somebody who was signed up to get one of my paper pumpkins from October. And they asked for me to put it back into available status because they changed their mind, which is, we're stampers and crafters. We can change our mind. Totally get it. So if you were somebody who reached out to me and you were looking for the October paper pumpkin, if you could tell me that, I can't honestly remember who the first, I've told probably 10 people I don't have it. And now I don't know I can't remember who the first person was. And I'd like to honor that, but I don't know how I can honor that. So if you are somebody who did reach out to me that was looking for the October paper pumpkin and you're still looking for it, send me a note so I can figure out who that was. And it'll go to a happy home, that I know. But I just need to know whose home that's going to be. So, all right. All right, Kai, we'll catch the replay. Your dogs are very needy and they like the thunder. I totally understand. All right, you guys, now that this is good, I am going to make sure I officially press this down so that they don't move around on me. And then what we're gonna do here is use our scissors and cut the sides of the dimensional strip so that they don't go to waste, like that. And this goes right into the middle of the card, and there's no direction in that I see with, I hear a honey with the ferns. I'm gonna go right about here. I was really trying to get it so that I saw designer paper on this side and this side of the layer. On here, what we're gonna do is cut 2 pieces of the dimensionals, and we're gonna put it right on the sides like that. And I made it just a hair too long, so we'll just trim that and that. But this, the reason why we did that, because we don't want to pop up the middle and the sides, because this is popped up and this is just going to hang over the edges. So what we can do is peel those off, and we are going to put a little liquid glue in the middle. So never fear using 2 different types of adhesive. And that's going to go right centered like that. And then what we'll do, for those that don't like to do bows, you could figure out something else. But if you have a bow maker, that will be the assist. If you guys don't know, I used to babysit for a guy, his family, and he loves woodworking. So he makes bow makers now. And I do have those available in case anybody would like to get bow makers. They're $10 plus shipping. And we're gonna make a triple bow. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, and 3 times around. My nails are starting to get worn, so they come together closer at the top. And now my trick is, I'm also going to go up and over 1 time, and 2 times, and 3 times. Okay, so I'm gonna do 1 more. So you put my name on 2 of the, yes, that is true. I have 2 for you. They're sitting on my back counter with your Regal Flora, your Let's Just Stamp Regal Flora. But it was another gal who was interested in a paper pumpkin, and she changed her mind, which, like I said, it's all good. We're crafters. We change our mind all the time, I think. So, but she also did tell me if I don't find a happy home for it, she would still take it. But I just wanted to put it out there for anybody that is looking for an October paper pumpkin. If somebody messaged me about it and I told them, no, I'd like to honor them first. But if I don't hear from anybody like that, what that had originally told me, I would definitely love to get it at a home that wants it. You're very welcome, Mr. Santiago. All right, so we've got our triple bow on there. And what we've got for gemsies on this one are the drusies in the clear. And I've got a big and a small down here. And I had one up here that was right about there, so we'll go ahead and put one back on that card. And this. So we've got 1 done. Now, in honor of not going too crazy late with you guys for class, I am going to leave the Stella off of my card that I'm making with you. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to save a little time and not do my envelope flaps. But you could go ahead and glue your envelope flaps on. And there's 1 down. Yay. Okay. So that one's good to go. The next one on our pile is the now we'll do the Valentine's Day one. Oh, Jolene signed me up for a bow maker, and I saw either Gina or Kelly. Oh yeah, perfect. They do. They love using the bow maker. The red one is what's next. So it's actually a white base. So it is the second last one in my pile now. Let's pull that out, and I'm going to save my envelope piece over here on the side. Oh man, there's a different stamp set here that I pulled in. It's called Winterly Treetops. So sending thanks and much love. Now, if you don't want to use this as a thank you card, definitely pick a different sentiment. But that's what fit in our little nested essential die shape. So grab your bone folder. And this one has 2 cherry cobbler mats. And one is for the inside and one is for the outside. And when you're looking at these, this is where it's really important to dry fit. When my helpers cut, they try their best to make sure everything is always straight. And sometimes that's hard to do on my big cutter. And so if you can see here on mine, I have a little bit more border on my right side at the top than I do on the bottom. And I think it's because my white piece is not quite straight. But if you can dry fit before you go to cut, you can shore that up. And so I'm gonna go down here and you can see this right here. It's closer on that side than up there, and you might not be able to see it, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it. And what it did is it cut off more on the bottom and it was thin at the top. And by doing that, before you put glue on it, then it's a lot easier to do. But now you wanna go back and check this out, because you might wanna cut a little of the red off. And yours might be perfectly fine, but in case that is the case, they they say please forgive them if that's not straight, and then you can fix that. So there's that, just in case. So that's your inside. And now what we can do is check this out and make sure the designer paper fits in there good. If it does, great. And if you need to trim your designer paper a little bit smaller, now's your time. That goes on the outside. You have this piece, and then we'll use this on our inside. Now, the circles were a little bit of a debacle for us. I'll admit, we ran out of this vellum paper. We cut 22 of them, and the first 22 were the bigger deckled rectangle like what you see here. Then when the paper came in, the die got sent back out, and they cut it, but the wrong die, I think that was on me, the wrong die got sent out, and all the rest of them got cut, and then they're a hair smaller. Okay, so I got a smaller one because I want to show you what you can do. And it's okay, it's still gonna look great, but some of you will have the bigger one and some of you won't. So you'll have to figure out how you want to do it, because you could, in essence, have it be the small one, because you would still see part of it behind. And some people said, well, I can't even see it back there. So I'm like, that might be the case too, and then it doesn't matter. But with it being a little small, you still see it like that. But what I was gonna show you what I would do if something like this happens, I was gonna cut it in half. And by cutting it in half, it allows you to split it. And it allows you to split it to make it a bigger circle so that you do get to see more of it. So you cut it in half, and there'll be a gap down there. Like it looks like Pac-Man, waka, 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 right? So you got it cut like that. Now you're gonna be able to open it up a little bit. So that's what I wanted to show you. So if you do happen to have a smaller circle, and so by what I mean by smaller circle, this circle measures like just shy of 3 inches. It's like 2 7/8, where this one measures just over 3 inches. So it's just a little bit different. And then in your kit, you have something odd. During an ink, paper, scissors, you generally always use the ribbon in the goodie bag. We opted to not try to figure out how to put copper, clay, garden green, and navy on this card. It just did not get us going. So we are like, nope, we are going to give you guys what looks good with the card, even though it's not part of it. So this was like a bonus. So you have the white frayed ribbon, and what you can do is you also have linen thread. Now, if you have a buddy at home, they will help you. But if you don't, you could use the tweezers, something like this. And what you're gonna do is take the linen thread, and I do wanna wrap it around twice. So that might be a little bit of an obstacle. So you've got, there it is. And get it kind of situated, because once you tie it tight, it's gonna be hard for this to move with this frayed ribbon. And that's why if you have somebody at home, like if you have a significant other or a spouse, go ahead and have them hold the white ribbon for you so that it isn't so flippy floppy like this. All right, but I got it. Perfect. So again, linen thread and the white frayed ribbon are not part of your goodie bag, but they are in your kit. And so you're gonna do a little, that kind of action, all right? Boom. So what we could do is a little bit of assembly because I don't have the stamp set right next to me, so I'm buying myself time to go up and get it. All right, so there's nothing holding us back from doing a little bit of gluing. So this one goes on our inside. We have to remember that one's my inside piece. Okay, flip this over. Oh, there's champagne glasses on the back here. That would have gone with the wedding one, the wedding theme. All right, so this goes right onto your white card base. And we always use the thick white card bases, or if we're doing vanillas, that's usually vanilla for the card base. It's thick. Yuck. All right, and then this one goes on the inside. So that, go like that. And then because this will be won by somebody eventually, what I'm going to do is glue this in, and I won't stamp a sentiment on the inside. Whoever gets it can always stamp a sentiment. And this will go along the bottom. If you want to stamp the heart, there's a heart in this set, I think. If I remember correctly, there was a heart. So you could always stamp hearts on the inside if you want. And then what you'll need to do is grab your scissors and trim off anything on there. And then this will fit onto my inside piece. Like that. All right. Perfect. So, onto the outside here. With vellum, I generally try to use tear and tape. Liquid glue makes it become warped. So, we're going to put a piece right there, and we're going to flip this way, put that one here. So that we can create our Pac-Man. And I'm guessing right now, but I know that at the top here, they kind of got to come together, but the bottom, at the angle down here, they can be open. Let's call it our Pac-Man mouth, can be down there. So I just set that momentarily there. Now I'm going to set this here and see if it ends up being where I want it. Let me just go like a little bit bigger so you can kind of see the vellum better. It's hard to see the vellum, it gets a little lost back there, but by opening that up, more of it got exposed here, more came out here, and more here. And on the sample down here, you can't even see it down there. So we made it kind of back to the size that it should be, or we intended it to be. And then what you can do is grab some dimensionals. We use these up. Pop it up, pop it up. I get to throw away a sheet of dimensionals. Yay. And this is going to go, and there wasn't any direction on this for me generally, so figure out which way you want top. And that goes there. All right, so now you're gonna need some cherry cobbler ink for your sentiment. That will match it very nicely. And you need stamps. So let me go get Winterly Treetops. Okay, you might not like this because this stamp set is actually a red rubber stamp set. And that means you can't see through it like a photopolymer set. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna practice on the back side and see how it goes. Not certain, but I'm gonna trust that my stamp is on there straight. So I'm lining up the edge of the white with the "and much love." Okay, that's nice. It's a little bit to the left, but that's why I went on the back, so I can practice. So I'm gonna move it over to the right a hair. I hear a kitten behind me. Drinky, drinky, drinky. Let me turn the water on for you, buddy. You guys wanna see a hunky sighting? There's a hunky doodle. Hey, buddy. Hi. Oh, are you chirping? Hi. Oh, you want some love? Here we go. All right, guys, you got your hunky lovin'. All right, well, that marinated. I can live with that. Perfecto changeo. Now, this is going to be popped up on the left. Nope, popped up on the right only. So just a couple dimensionals here and there. And we will put liquid glue then on the left-hand side. Again, don't be afraid to use multiple glues. And then that hangs out right about there. So on this one, you don't even see the vellum over there. So I think I'm gonna bring it over just a hair more. You might see a little bit more DSP over here, but then I don't have that vellum weird coming out on the side there. And then we're gonna grab a mini glue dot and stick 2 of them actually to make it really stable. And the back side of that can get stuck into there. And you're gonna want to use your ribbon scissors to trim the tails of your linen thread and your ribbon versus a glue scissors or a paper scissors. And my top one is gonna be a hair shorter. And then my bottom one could be a little bit longer. You can fluff them up. Now this is frayed ribbon, so if you fluff it up a lot, you're gonna end up with fraying. And there it is. And so that one also uses the clear gemsies. So we'll put the big one and the small one, and a big one. All right, and that guy can go be right there, or find another spot for it. No, right there. I'm gonna do it right there. All right. Pretty little Valentine's Day card. All right, Hunky, the only thing I haven't taught him how to do is how to turn off the water when he's done, right? And I need to teach him how to work the die cutting machine as well. So they don't like to, oh, I will show you what the kittens did today. They had a very active day today. In case you guys want to see this, that was what the kittens were all about today. Look at these. They fell asleep like that, licking each other. And there's Bigger Tigger just, yep, just enjoying life right there. Like, I was a little bit jelly of them, I'll be honest. Like, oh, look at these kittens just sitting there snoozing away while we're working away. All right, there's card number 2. Boom. On to numero tres. Number 3 is going to be our fall card, the Halloween, not the Halloween, I'm thinking Halloween tomorrow. Our fall card. Now that was the other green one. So that was this one on the bottom. And again, I'm not going to do my envelope at the moment. So we're going to put this over onto my pile over here. This is our Mossy Meadow base. Grab your bone folder. Take care of business with that. Then this is horizontal. Just in time to see Hunky, yay! All right, let's see if that's glary. Oh, it's not so bad. Okay, perfect. So gotta keep it horizontal. So this is definitely where we cut your label out of. We always try to do that whenever we can to conserve our paper. So you have that label. There is a strip. No, there are 2 strips that look very identical. One is the green going horizontal, and one is the pecan going up and down. You have your designer papers that'll go here. The pecan here is what covers the seam. That is for our label. And then you have a white piece that goes through the middle. Now the grateful. Grateful comes from this set. So you might pull that out and grab a little block for that. Hunky, everybody says hi. Oh, Mary Carl said too much buffering from the weather. So just like maybe a minute ago, I looked on my phone and I saw it buffering too. So that's very possible it could be the weather. Definitely could. So yeah, and Mary, I think that if you watch on the replay, you generally don't have, I don't think people have any troubles on the replay with the buffering. All right, so that fits in there very nicely. Very good. Now I don't believe I have anything. Oh, I do. There's a leaf. Okay, so we'll stamp a leaf. And stamp your grateful. All right, Nancy, we'll catch you. Oh, I'm just buffering myself. So this little grateful fits right in here. Like that. And we also have a leaf on the inside. The leaves come from the stamp set. So there are 2 of them. One is the detail and one is the solid part. So we're going to take our chamois here and clean that one. And get that staged and ready to go. We're gonna put our tree right there. So for this, the detail, I'm gonna do that first so that we can see it. My leaf is curving that way, so I'm gonna go ahead and stamp it on the left-hand side. and then stamp off. And we'll go ahead and clean and put the other one on. The one that's solid then, what you need to do for that is stamp off. Otherwise you will not see it. So you're gonna do is stamp off to get second strength. And now you should be able to see over the detail for where to go. And that's really cool with that. You can see that. What a life they have, I know, right? They're spoiled kittens. I wouldn't say they're rotten, but they're spoiled kittens. They got the life of luxury. All right, so I think that's all we need to do for the greenie. All right, there's that. I think we can do a little gluey. So we'll flip these over. And for now, we'll flip these. And it's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. He bumped his head and he can't get up in the morning. Oh, I didn't mean to do it like that. I really wanted to do it like this so that I didn't get glue through the die cut part. But that's how that goes. All right, the other thing that I need to let you guys know, I just thought of this now, that we got, I'm gonna put this over here. I'm for those that haven't been watching me since the last on stage or caught this, we came out of the last on stage in Houston. I'm gonna flip it like this because there's glue there now, and Brandy Cox and I are working together to do an event at Onstage in Raleigh, North Carolina. So this invitation is being extended to my community who watches me and my team, who they watch me for the most part, I think. So anybody that is interested, we are planning a pre-party event that we're calling it Brandy and Christine's Make and Take event. Very, very scientific name here, very creative name. But you can get signed up for it ahead of time now. We just published it. And so if you're in my team, I gotta just share that before I forget. If you're in my team, the Be Happy Stampers, I sent an email about it. Oh, let's see here. Ender Stampin' Up. I'm gonna show you guys where it is. You guys, thanks to register to get ready. Okay, my team, I sent an email. It says, get ready to register for Onstage, all right? And in here, there's a link. It's the Make and Take event on March 13th. It takes you right into it, and you can get registered, right, for our Make and Take event. And it's on March 13th, 2025, and you're gonna be able to get together with crafty friends, meet new people. We have a Make and Take, so a class is going to be designed. We're doing a card swap. We have a taco bar, and there's gonna be prizes and giveaways. So this is where you can go to register if you wanna pay via the website with your credit card. If you want to pay with Venmo, Cash App, check, cash, Zelle, whatever else isn't via a credit card, you can reach out to me and I will register you individually. And I just need to know, are you swapping and do you have any food allergies? And are you signing up? Well, I know you're signing up with me, but you can choose. When you go to sign up, you can choose, are you signing up with Brandy or with me? And that will determine who buys the materials for the card making class and the gifts. So what we're gonna do is this little brown piece, the pecan piece. So this invitation is open to anybody who's really watching me and part of my community or Brandy's community. And we only have room for 100 people. So once we meet capacity, we're gonna have to close it off. But I did message my team. I sent that email to my team already. If you're not on my team and you're part of this community and you want the link, like the easy button for me to send you the link, send me an email. Like I promise, I will. You guys probably think, she can email me back. Yes, I will email you back. If all I have to do is copy and paste a link, sometimes that's really easy for me to do. So if you want to see the invitation, definitely reach out to me and I will send it your way. But super cool. So you guys, no rest for the weary is definitely how it goes for us. When you're done with one thing, you start working on the next thing. And so, hi Debbie Stone. You're better late than never. And what I'm going to tell you is you can go back and watch from the beginning when you have a moment in time. So we're going to go and put some tear and tape on the back here to make our tear and tape sandwich. And with this one, we're using two colors. We're using the copper and we're using the garden green. And what you're going to do is, oh, I got to look at it from the front here. I'm going to start with the green on my right, I guess, and capture it with the tear and tape. Get over to this side and capture it. Make a little loop and give yourself a little room because you're going to be adding the copper. And then take the copper and put that in the middle here. Bring it down. Make a little loop. Come up on that other side of the green and bring it up. Now I'm going to adjust these momentarily, but I just wanted to get this down for now. And I also want to maybe, I'm going to kind of squish it so it's centered better. So they're close together, nice and snug. And then I'm going to add the tear and tape back there. And then this too. I'm going to squeeze them together so they're close. And just like that. All right, tear and tape goes down. And then a little bit of liquid glue. And that will go right onto our card front. So, I know it's copper and we've got pecan, but it does go together very nicely. Can't really tell that they're not exactly the same brown. Bella always buries under the heavy blanket on the sofa and sleeps while you work. Yeah, Cheryl, absolutely. That's what it's like. We're good companions. All right, then over here, what we're gonna do is put a little bit of glue. I'm gonna do it right through the middle here actually, because I don't want to over glue the green. So this is the top of my brown pecan label. I'm just gonna run a little line of liquid glue through that. And I'm gonna center it on both ends and then center it left to right. Visually, I guess I just eyeball it. And then now we get to use some more dimensionals. I always cover up the, oh, they're right in front of me. What we're gonna do is cover up with some back of the area here with some dimensionals. It is raining here, you guys. And then this will get popped up. It's more to the right side. Oh, actually it's centered. Now that I look at it, it is centered. Will you adopt me? Yes, Sherry Stewart, I will adopt you. And what you can do, Sherry, if you don't mind, if you could send me an email. I know we talk a lot on instant messenger or texting. If you could send me the email, it'd be really super simple or easier for me to copy the link while I'm on the computer. It just goes faster. I can copy the link, or I'll just forward you the email I sent to my team. I don't mind doing that too, and that has the details in it. All right, then this guy is going to get popped up with dimensionals. I wonder if I have more white ones in here somewhere. No, I don't mind using the black dimensionals on the white. You don't generally see through it. All right, perfect. Like that. And then this is going to go in the center of this, like that. And then now we get to pull in the druzy gems that are the tan ones, which are super pretty. And we ended up with 5 on for them. So a big and a small down here. And then it looked really good. This looked empty to us here. So we put the small ones there. And then a big one over here. All right. Fur babies are supposed to be spoiled. Yes, they are. They should be, right? That definitely agree with that. All right. There's our, now this is where you could put Happy Thanksgiving in the inside of that one. Perfecto changeo. All right, you guys, I'm gonna keep cruising. I know we're halfway through. I'm in 7:48, but we've got 3 more cards to do. So we're gonna keep cruising. If I go too fast for anybody, you can always catch the replay, or if you got the PDF tutorial, you can always refer back to the tutorial, which has all the pictures and it has the measurements, all that good stuff. So this will be our New Year's card. Oh man, this uses Light the Way. So I need to go grab Light the Way in a moment. This, 2 scoops, right? This one is the pecan base. All right, so let me grab the pecan base here. Get this emptied out. Look in your envelope, and then I'll put my envelope flap thing here. Set that off to the side. Now, let's go in the inside and see what we got. Just got the drill here, burnish your edge. And now this got die cut out of the middle again, right? And what we're gonna do is test out the waters, see how this looks. I'm okay with that. Now, if you wanna see more blue on the top and the bottom, you might just trim your top and bottom of your DSP, but that could work because ultimately you're going to be gluing the sides the same of the top and bottom, like that. All right, I think I'll leave it. And then put a little liquid glue here on the back, like that. And you don't really have to keep these in whatever one was on the left and what was on the right. You're not going to be able to tell. But that'll be left and right, like that. And then test out your designer paper here. Kathleen, I've had my new fur baby, oh yeah, for 5 days, and he's already spoiled. We chatted about that, actually. All right, so flip that one over, cover up your candles. That will go right on here. This is kind of like Gwen Simmons' card, you guys. I showed it off earlier where that got popped up in the middle. And then dimensionals are here. Oh, one moment, please. I just looked. So do you see here the blue twine? We need to do that first. So figure out what you want as the top and the bottom. I have less down here, so I'm going to keep that for my top. So I'm going to run my tear and tape here. And I'm going to have 2 waiting in the wings. And this one has 3 of the navy back and forth. Did you ever have a hard time finding? Oh, I found it really quick, but sometimes it's really hard to find it. I'm going to guesstimate it's going to be like right there and right about there. Catch that tear and tape and go up and down. It really saves the ribbon by not wrapping it all the way around. Now, you're more than welcome to. You have 15 yards of navy ribbon. So you could just chew around and around and around. That would work. But you do save ribbon by just kind of looping your tails back and forth like that. But you definitely want to get that sandwich made. And now what we can do is go back and grab our dimensionals. Hello, Rosemarie Schmidt. I'm so happy that you're here with us. And then put these guys throughout. I think I'm gonna put one more right there. And then this will go right onto the middle of our card base, or our mat actually, because we haven't put it on yet. So what we'll do, we'll go ahead. I should have tested this out beforehand, but hopefully it's about the same. Oh yeah, mine's good. Very good. Like this. So that'll go right on the front of your card. And then make sure you got your ribbon at the bottom. And center it top to bottom. Left to right is good. All right, so now with this blue piece, you wonder how does it work because they're the same size. The trick is to cut it in half horizontally like this. Okay, and then what we're going to do is glue it to the top and the bottom. Now with this one though, we need our navy ink in the navy. So let's grab our navy, and then what we need to do is clean the stamp because we had just used it for the other card and it's got greenie on it. So we're going to clean it really quick. And while we have this one, we might as well clean our sending thanks. And why not be grateful and clean that one. And with this one, no knot on that. It will have a knot momentarily. soon as I'm done, I will do my knot. All right. So navy goes here on the label. And then on the inside, we have a firework and Happy New Year. Now that comes from the lighting, light the way, I think. So we'll leave this open for a moment, but can clean or set that over there. And now these, oh, you know what? Just going to shut that. So I'm gonna do my glue right through the middle area here. I hear a kitten. Hi, Hunky Doodle. What's up, little noodle boy? So he's like a noodle because when you pick him up, he goes limp like a noodle. He has no structure to his body. He just goes like a noodle. All right, so figure out how much of the navy you want to see. And we're gonna pick this up. Hi, buddy. I know, you're trying to find a perfect spot to take a nap. All right. So that gave us our blue border. Hi, are you gonna jump up here? Oh, he is. Aren't you guys glad I shut that ink pad? Nothing to see here, officer. All right, let's flip this over. Now I only want to put the dimensionals on the left and the right side. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You don't want to play with that. That's not good for your health, playing with my jewelry. Because we've already got it popped up here. So what we're going to do, hi, buddy. You want to get over there, huh? So he's like a little bulldozer. Okay, so now I got to find a different spot for the water. There we go. So we only want the dimensionals on the left and the right because it's already popped up here in the middle. So what we're going to do is run the liquid glue this way. And Hunky, he's knocking things on the floor. So like that. Now, I'm going to show you a little trick. Before putting that down, yes, you want to be back here, huh? I'm going to, hi, handsome. Gotta step all over everything. I'm going to cut some ribbon. 1, 2, 3. Very scientific. 3 pieces. I'm going to take all 3 of those pieces, and while I have space, I'm going to lift this up and run this through that area. Okay? Hi. Oh, you want love. Okay. Hi. Yep. He's not usually the needy one, you guys. Usually it's bigger Tigger. Mom, you got so much stuff everywhere. What am I supposed to do? There goes the bow maker. All right, so this goes right back on here, right? And now we don't have to try to get our ribbon around. Now we're gonna do our faux bow, our fake knot bow. We'll go up and over and under and tie a knot. And have it end up where you want it. And then you can trim your tails, however long you want them. That. Like that. A little long, I'll trim you up a little bit more. Perfect, so that's how I would do that. Now, you could have taken 3 pieces, going all the way around, and then tied a knot. I don't operate like that. I know there's probably a lot of people that do. I just have never done that because it never ends up going the way I want it, right? So I'm successful with these kind of fake knots. All right, so this one, I've got a big and a small down over here. And I found at the top here 3 fireworks where it looked really nice to have the gems in. So here in the middle of that firework is great. We'll do one in that firework and we'll do it in that firework. And if you need to or want to have another one, you could do another one. And I feel like I almost should because I have a firework there. But at the end though, I'm like, is that too bulky? And now I have 6 gems. So in my head, I think, well, maybe 3 is enough. So those are the dilemmas of our lives. And whoever gets it probably isn't going to be as critical of the whole using odd numbers. But if you wanted to offset it slightly, you could put another one on the bottom. And then now I've got 7 gems. And that may or may not be too many, but who knows. So that's the outside. Now, for the inside, because it's a firework, hi, now here's our bigger Tigger. What's up, big boy? Do you want to go get me a stamp set? Can you run over and get me a stamp set, handsome? All right, so now the inside, what we're going to need to do is called lighting the way. I know, oh man. Do you guys hear his little chirp? If you guys missed it on Monday, we were gone for 5 days, so they were very needy. So, all right, I'm going to go grab lighting the way. I know, are you going to stay here or are you going to follow me? What are you going to do, buddy? Okay, bulldozing, that's what they do. Bulldoze everything. All right, so let me go grab lighting the way, you guys. I know, hi. It's not called lighting the way. In case you guys were wondering, it is not called lighting the way. That is a stamp set with a firefly. This is actually called light the sky. All right, so light the sky is what we need for our New Year's card here. He's coming back, you guys. He's like, Mom, I followed you over there and now I'm following you back. Hi, handsome. I know, you're so lovely. What's your dad up to? He's boring. He's working on electrical outlets. You're doing a live and I want everybody to see me. Do your cats and dogs talk to you? Oh my goodness, you guys, look what I did. That's exactly what happens. I stamped it the wrong way, but I did fix it. So we want to make sure we do this vertically. And what we're going to do first for this is stamp Happy New Year. Thanks for emailing me, Sherry. I appreciate it. All right, so here is our Happy New Year, full of cat furs now. So that'll go here. Tigger, you think you're so funny. Putting my things on the floor. Oh, you're so handsome. So he takes his paws and he just pushes things. And he wants to see how far he can make them go before they fall over the edge. Oh, and there it goes. I know what you're up to, buddy. Mom, you're not paying attention to me, so I'm going to wreck your things. See, these are the conversations that we do have on a normal day-to-day basis, you guys. All right. I'm going to stamp this off. Oh, actually. Oh. I'm trying to debate first or second strength. I think I'm going to do second strength, though, so it's easier to see. And put that right through the middle. So we got to use pecan pie. Very nice. I think it was good to do it at second strength. All right, so that's good. So let's get that glued. He's like, Mom, when are you gonna be done with work, Mom? I wanna go outside and play, Mom. If cats could talk, or if dogs could talk, or if your fish could talk, or your parakeet, or your bird, whatever pet, if they could talk, right? All right, so this is gonna go here. Like that. Perfect. All right, I think we can call this one finished. Very good. We've got our New Year's card. Tigger. He proceeds to knock cards on the floor. All right, so we got that done. Yay. Very nice. He's looking at me with those dreamy eyes. So there we go. We have 4 done. And we have 2 left. Thank you for everybody who's sticking it out with me with this buffering. I know that it is buffering for me as well. Every now and then I look up and it's still buffering. So we have 2 Misty Moonlight bases left. Hi. Yep, we're here. You want everybody to see your big butt, huh? Are you gonna go? All right, where are you gonna go? And he didn't fall. Good job, buddy. All right, so let's just see what this one is. Now, this one is in my kit was upside down. It had the score that way. So you want to make sure that when you do look back in the envelope that it's not there. So this one is Mossy Meadow inside, which is the snowflake card. So that must mean that the last one here goes over here. And with this one, we've got our snowflake card. So in the inside, let's just burnish this really quick. got a white outside, which will be used as a mat. All right, so that looks good. And then you have a little strip for your inside. You have this green piece, which will get underneath your diagonal stripe piece. You have 3 little squares for your diamonds, and then you have little strips here for your sentiment. This will be for our envelope, which is right here. So I'm going to set this over here. Oh, you guys, I gotta just show you what he's doing. He's patiently waiting. He's patiently waiting. He's lurking. He's lurking. All right, mossy meadow with white. And then on the inside we have a snowflake. So we're gonna have to grab some stamps here. And you'll need a snowflake. And happy holidays. Happy holidays for inquiring minds comes from keeping tabs. So we're gonna need to go grab that. Hi, honey. Brr, brr. We need Misty Moonlight. Hi, baby. Nice of you to join us, little lady. What's going on here? You guys, we're trying to have class. Not everybody loves you guys, but I know a lot of people love you guys. So I appreciate all the people who love the kittens. All right. Gotta move it. We gotta make sure we don't get a stamp stuck on your butt. Okay, keep her moving, officer. Nothing to see here. It's raining, it's pouring, it's coming down really fast and furious now, guys. I know you probably can't hear it through the microphone, but you can. All right, so there's a snowflake. Remember they're diagonals, or diamonds in the sky. Diamonds in the sky. And there's another one. And then here's another one. So in the days of our life. Yes, you got that, Jolene. Yes. The days of our lives. Hey, come on, baby. You in the process though of doing that, you guys, there's 8 more cards on the floor. All right, so we've got snowflakes going on, and then we're gonna put a snowflake in the bottom, like that. And then we just need happy holidays. Happy holidays, again, I mentioned it was from keeping tabs. So let me grab that real quick. Keeping tabs is in the annual catalog. And you might not know it's there, but it has happy birthday, happy holidays, hello friend. And it has a punch that goes with it. And that is exactly where we got happy holidays from. Must be, nope. Oh, it's got a with sympathy in there as well. So there's a happy holidays here. And that is also in the color Misty Moonlight. Rosie said, how about the center of the fireworks in the middle bottom? How? I gotta look back. Oh my goodness, you guys, I pulled with sympathy. It's definitely not what we want on here. So let me, just gonna clean it. I normally stamp off. Let's try this again. So sometimes it's really hard to figure out. Oh, so happy holidays was on the with sympathy, maybe? Question mark? Let's try it again. And it's a good thing, that's why you look at it before you stamp. And then happy holidays. And it is centered, in my opinion, top to bottom, left to right. Like that. So there you go. And we can get assembly happy now. All right, let's do that. So we can glue these 2 things. And we can glue our mat here. Or do this lickety split. And then right here, oh, I bet the cats are really sad because I promised them I would take them out in the patio after I was done with class because the leaves were clean. And now they're thinking, no, we can't go out there. I don't know if they really think that, but that's probably what's going on in my mind if I were them. All right, so that's our inside complete. Very good. Then this one will go on here. So Rosie had said, how about the center of the firework in the middle of the bottom? That would definitely work as well. Definitely could. All right, now let's do these two pieces. We're gonna glue these down. And the designer paper goes more to the bottom, so about 1/8 of an inch from the bottom, leaving more green at the top. And what you can do before you're putting that down, you could always trim off any extra designer paper you have. And then now we're gonna glue our mossy meadow down. It is south of the equator a little bit, and it goes all the way to the edge of the white. So something like this. See, I have my sample, so, oh, that actually is really good. All right, so it's closer to the bottom than the top. And again, you're gonna wanna take your scissors and trim off any extra overhang that is there. If you don't like it, if you like it, leave it. Just got Tigger's mom voice over. Ha, yeah. You guys, that's her little chirp. Like she's got a little chirp. And that usually when she chirps like that, that means she brought her little mousey. And she wants somebody to throw it for her. All right, grab the tear and tape. We're making ourselves a tear and tape sandwich again. And it's near the bottom edge of the horizontal panel that we just put on. And let's pick that off. And now we're gonna do the navy again, in the navy. And catch the end, come over, straight across, flip it over, and bring it back. Bring it back, y'all. And then catch the tear and tape. Uh-oh, they are up to the dickens tonight. Something's got them lit up. A whole bunch of things just fell on the floor over there. So anyways, we're ignoring the kids at this moment, you guys. We're just gonna plain out ignore them right now and not worry about it. And man, this goes right on the front of the card. All right, these two pieces get glued together. Oh, so you know what? I just saw this piece of designer paper here. Had I wanted to or remembered to, I would have potentially glued that to the bottom. But since I didn't remember, we're putting it on the scrap pile for now. All right, so our little white sentiment gets glued right in the middle of our Misty piece here. And then this will get popped up with dimensionals. We'll put 3 of them across the back here. That. It gives me a chance to keep up. Oh, I bet it does. The buffering probably does. Definitely agree. All right, and then our snowflakes. They are glued flat. And I'm gonna make sure I get glue around the whole edge area here. And we gotta get them stationed just right. So this was a little bit of a finagle to get this on here, if I remember correctly. And so I've got this corner lined up with the top edge of the designer paper. And that means that you can see the designer paper at the bottom a little bit. And it doesn't quite touch the edge. It's a little bit away from it. And when you get that one set, get the next one and build off. It's like a building block now. So you're building up that way. And then this next one builds down this way. Pay attention to your diamonds. I just realized that my diamonds need to go like that actually. because of how I stamped that middle one. So let's go back and get him resituated like that. Hello, Jeanette from Australia. And then this one will go like that. And this one I want to make sure that I keep it glued because it's going over the top of the ribbon, and I don't want to have it pop up. Now, if I was thinking ahead, I would have done my prep work with my ribbon again. I would have slipped it underneath right here, because now I have to finagle it underneath. But I can do it. But you just gotta lift it up and get both tails under there. So we'll let that sit for a moment while this stuff still glues. And then you've got this staged and ready to go. Kind of hides the mingling or the merging of the corners here. And figure out the right spot for it. I'm looking over here to kind of make sure I'm over in this area. And it's south of the green. So right about there looks good to me. Then what you can do is take your twine here, make your overhand knot, and have your tails. I want mine to go like left to right like that. And the way that my knot just went, I knew it was going to do that. It went boom like that. And that's okay. We'll keep it that way. It had a mind of its own. And so trim your tails like that. Now this one went back to the clear gemsies. So we have, I know that the 3 diamonds, or the 3 snowflakes, I put 3 small ones in the middle of those. And then depending on how your snowflake paper panned out, I've got a big one and a small one that I put in the middle of those. So that works good too. And there we go. Now stamp a pretty little sentiment on the inside and be good to go. All right, remember, you could always glue your envelope flap here to match your card. So cool. These are awesome, you guys. So just a reminder for those that don't know and that caught late, I do have this class still available for anybody that is still interested in it. I think I have about 15 of this class kitted up and available. I had a glass of water. I was going to take a drink. Oh, it's behind me. Oh, yes, good deal. All right, on to the last one, you guys. All right, this last one, ironically enough, it was the last card that we designed, and it was an afterthought. We had paper left, and I had a hard time having paper left unused. So I said, Diane, she came back 3 days later. And again, this one too, I talked to the gals today about it too. We try to put the score in first so that when you pull out your bits and parts, they don't fall into the envelope. And also when you go to mail your cards, it's always a good idea to put your card in like this, because if somebody goes to slice open, like if they use an opener like this, they could potentially cut right up through the card. It cuts like a knife. All right, so I know where you guys are at in terms of watching me, because I'm watching right along, and you guys were just starting to put this together. So you can see I get buffering too, right? So it's definitely like I'm working a little bit ahead in that buffering. It really, oh, what did I do? I got my phone going with the wrong, there it is, perfect. So I'm buffering along right with you guys. Okay, so there's that. Back to a misty moonlight again. We can burnish this. Now this is a horizontal card. And you have another one with a white outside and a white inside. And then we added silver to this card, so we used smoky slate on the inside. And then you have a little strip here for congratulations. This is now embossed with painted textures, and you have a silver foil circle. And so you will see this, and this probably happens to you guys at home too when you die cut. You might get a little bit of texture in your foil paper, and that is caused from the plates. But for the most part, ours, it gets covered up, so we were okay with it. And you need your designer paper. So this one will go with your envelope flap, and then you can do a dry run here of this piece and see if you like where it's situated, and I'm good with it. So what do we have on the inside? I think we actually have words on here, and we can choose your words This is only the beginning of a life filled with love. Are you wondering where that comes from? Inquiring minds want to know, and I actually did pull that stamp set before I started class because I remembered it. It's from here. It's called Wonderful Thoughts. Congratulations. And this is only the beginning of a life filled with love. So let's go ahead and grab that, which must be this one. And we need congratulations, which is there. So we got that ready to go. And I need a block. So we're going to do congratulations on here. And then we've got Winterly Treetops done. Very good. And then Misty Moonlight is the ink again. And we're going to use congratulations. And this is centered. We have a little gem on the side and a little silver. Oh. I wonder, did we forget to put silver in here? You guys will have to tell me. For anybody that's still watching, I'm phoning a friend right now. I could have sworn we put that in the kit. I did not see it though. So I just need to know if there is silver in there. If anybody's still watching, I'm calling out my friends. I'm going to wait to do that at the end. If for some reason we didn't put silver in, we're going to make a bow and put it on the side. But Diane didn't tell me that we missed anything in this kit when she was doing class last night. So on this one, you guys will have a little blue designer paper from the Doves. And, oh, there it is! Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm so happy. It's there. I was like, I remember we kitted this. Okay, happy dance and a half. All right. Nobody has to answer that question because it's here. All right, so we're staged, we're ready, we're locked and loaded, ready to go. Now, I'm looking for my little strip of blue designer paper. There it is, stuck to the back. So what I'm going to do is have that on the right-hand side. But because I'm going to have it on the right-hand side, now I know where to stamp. But I'm going to flip this over because I don't want to get ink on it. If that makes any sense. And what we're going to do is grab a stamp here. Let's see. I didn't pull quite enough stamps from my blocks, and I'm sitting really pretty. So we're just going to clean one and grab this guy. And I have that upside down because in case I get ink on it, then I get ink on the back side. And then this helps me set the stage for where this needs to get stamped. And then we can let this marinate for a hot second. Boom. And then we can glue this. We'll be able to glue this in a moment, but we can glue this first. So let's do, gotta remember when Tara was over there, he dropped my bow maker into a box and the nails fell out, and only one nail fell out, I should say. So I got to remember that there's a nail floating around in a box down there. That went like that. And I got this side over here. Like that. All right, now these can both get glue on them. And that actually, so let's do this, and that one. Now this is Smoky Slate. And it will go here on the inside. And then we have this one that goes right over the top, like that. And then the bird is the word, goes right there. All right, then this and this will get glue, but because I don't want to have it extending over too much, I'm going to put it right through the middle and then a circle. Gets glue, and that just gets centered top to bottom, left to right. that, and then you can run your sentiment strip right through the middle. Like that. And then we'll pop this up with some dimensionals. I want to make sure I get some right on the tippy ends here. Like that. And like that. All right, I think that we could retire the dimensional strips, or dimensionals. And this will go right down onto the front. So the cards were not overly crazy in terms of layers, die cuts, and they're pretty and they're easily reproducible, these cards. So if you're at home and you need a layout, you could case any of these very easily. All right, back to this one. So we need our navy. We're gonna wrap it around twice, and I'm using my tweezers to help me out. If you have your buddy at home, that's where it'll come in handy for them to hold it, but I'm gonna get that right there. Perfect. And then make another one to have it knotted. All right, then we can let that go. And then trim our tails. Hi little lady. Yep, keep her moving. Glue dots are perfect for adding these to the front. I'm gonna pop that glue dot right where I want it to go. And I'm gonna squish part of the glue dot. Did your dad give you a treat? You're licking your chops, girlfriend. I wanted to push that glue dot under so it's not sticking out. And then for our tails here, I'm gonna do one like that and one like that. And then this one is back to our druzy gems that are clear. And I've got a big and a small right there. Fabuloso. Very good, very good. All right, it's the weather. It sure is, Donna. It is pouring right now. It's just like, I shouldn't say pouring, it is a steady downpour is what I've got going on right outside here. And I would bet any money, like you said, it's the weather that we are experiencing the buffering, because it started to do it more so like it. I'm back on making the snowflake card with you guys still. I have just finished a whole nother card in the time that you guys are still watching me put the snowflake together. So what's going to happen is, for those, there are 23 of you that are still watching, which I greatly appreciate you putting up with the buffering. But what happens is, if you are watching and you're like, I don't want to watch anymore, I'm good, like, you can come back and catch the replay. And the replay never has buffering. From what I understand, the replay never has buffering. So it just, I have to keep the video going till the very last moment that it's done showing. Otherwise, if I end my video early, it'll stop right now. So I keep the video going until it's done uploading the entire thing. So we have here this guy. So I'm going to just take a second here and clean up these guys so that I can make a little space, because we're going to pull my book out here momentarily and we're going to do a little door prize drawing. And we're going to see who wins the door prize for class tonight. And I also have some cards that have winners listed on the back. We'll announce some of those because we haven't done that for a little while. So I was just looking in here. That guy does not belong there. I was like, oh, I'm missing a stamp, but it was right there. And then we have to go back to iconic imagery here. We'll put our little snowflake away. And then grateful. And our tree. And then we use 2 leaves tonight from here. And then also celebrate. 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 Go on and celebrate. Because it's really good to put your stamps together or put them back right away. You risk losing them less if you get them cleaned and put back right away. So that one's good to go. And then we have Celebrate. All right, so let's grab out my book and see who we can find out who is the winner chicken dinner tonight. All right, we're buried over here. So I had this guy there. We had, I should say. $61 people that I have signed up for class. And again, I have up to 78. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 is what we kitted for. And we're going to do the random number generator. 61 is what we're going to put in here. I'm going to hit generate. See who we get. 49. 49 is Debbie Stone. Well, very good, very good. Congratulations to Debbie Stone. I will have something in with your November package is my plan, always. And then I have here 2 classes that we will announce who the winners are and see if we can get these in the mail for them ASAP. So there were 2 classes here. One is called Let's Just Stamp, and it features the Magnolia Mood. And I did this one in May, and they were so pretty. We had so many people that did not like the latte paper, or maybe were on the fence about it. And then when they saw how you can use the latte paper to make these cards, they were like, ooh la la. So I have here 3 cards. And if you want to watch that video, it's from May 20th, and I have a PDF tutorial. It's not in my online store at the moment, but it is created in case anybody does want it. So da-da-da, drum roll. Winner chicken dinner is Jeanne Kohler. Jeanne, you are the lucky winner of this birthday card. I don't know you, so you'd have to let me know what your address is so I can mail that to you. Da-da-da, this one goes to Georgine Darbro. Yay, Georgine. I know where you live, so I know where to send that one to. And da-da-da, this one goes to Cass Turner. Awesome. So Cass, I have your address, so I know where to mail these 2 cards to. So again, congratulations to those 3 lucky ladies. And then made it to the end and love that card. It is beautiful. Good. Very good. Yay, I'm glad you made it to the end. We also had a Memories and More class back in April. It was called Sweet Thoughts, Memories and More, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what it's called. I started to leave my slips in, so it worked out good. And we had 5 A2 size cards that were part of it. And, oh, I got some hearts, yay. So these winners are, da-da-da, goes to Melanie Foy. Yay, Melanie. Da-da-da, this one goes to Diana Woodland. Da-da-da, this one goes to Sue Thomas. Yay, Sue. And this one goes to Kathy Showalter. And da-da-da, this one goes to Carmen Melendez. Yay, awesome. I'm surprised by who the winners are too, you guys. I have a helper now who helps me pull the names, and so it's awesome. So Carmen Melendez, Kathy Showalter, Sue Thomas, Diana Woodland, Melanie Foy, Cass Turner, Georgine Darbro, and Jeanne Kohler. So, and then also Debbie Stone won the door prize for tonight. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So I hope you guys don't mind. I had the camera closed in a little bit. It was zoomed in. Hopefully it didn't cut off too much stuff. Hi, Polly. Your first time watching live. I'm having an awful time with the buffering. So unfortunately, we all are having a problem with the buffering, and we think it is because of the weather. I don't know if everybody's having bad weather, but I have a rainstorm that's going on right now. It has been downpouring for the last hour, I would say. It wasn't in the beginning. So the buffering started maybe about a good hour ago, and so I am buffering right along with you guys. I am currently watching myself make the congratulations for the wedding card. And that is not where I'm at right now. We're already done. We're basically done with class. And you guys, I'm pointing out the buffering. So yeah, so I'm glad you're here. Welcome, Polly. Anna said welcome as well. and we're happy to have you here with us live. Yay. So what does this mean? It's 8:30. I am just about done with class. You guys are probably, if there's 42 of you that are back watching now, so hopefully the buffering's not so bad. Keep watching. I'm going to leave this going and not end it. I can't end the broadcast until it's done populating and uploading on my computer. But what I'll probably do is I will put thank you for watching, and I will keep that up for as long as I need to until the video makes it and I catch up with that. So, but yeah, I had fun, you guys. 6 cards I know is a lot to make in a class, especially when we had to cut the designer series paper in the beginning, and especially when I was a chatty Cathy. No offense to Kathy, but in general, but that's the saying, right? I was chatty, a chitter chatter box in the beginning and made everybody cry. So sorry for that. But we made it through it and we got through our crying session. So it was good. I hope you enjoyed the cards. Again, it was from Iconic Celebrations or Iconic Imagery. You can't find it in any catalog, but you can see these products in the online store. The twine that we used and the Druzy gems are from the mini catalog, but the stamp set and the paper and the dies from an online exclusive, meaning that you can't find them in any catalog, but you can buy them in the online store. Or if you guys are working with a demonstrator, or if you don't have a demonstrator and you want to get them through me, you can place an online order and buy them in the online store. Or if you're local to me and you want to give me an order, I can gladly and happily put it in for you as well. So yeah, good stuff. Tomorrow's Halloween. If you guys do trick-or-treating on Halloween tomorrow, just be safe and don't eat any bad candy. Hopefully don't get tummy aches. Don't let the grandkids or the kids get tummy aches. We had trick-or-treating. Our trick-or-treating was on Sunday. We had a gal by the name of Lisa French who was killed on Halloween many years ago. So we have never had Halloween on... We've never had trick-or-treat. We haven't had trick-or-treating on Halloween since then here in Fond du Lac. And so we always have it on the Sunday afternoon before Halloween. So we don't have trick-or-treating here per se. But I didn't want to schedule the live on Halloween because other people in different parts of the world and country, not world, but wherever Halloween is celebrated, they celebrate it on Halloween. So, and then Friday is the 1st of November, and we start a new month. I will be back live with you guys. I'm trying to think Monday. At the moment, I have Monday set up to do the Reindeer Fun Memories and More class. So I'll be back Monday for class. Now, I won't have all of the end of the month drawing stuff ready for Monday. Maybe. If I do, I will do it. And if I don't, it'll be on Thursday night. And Thursday night is November 7th. I don't know if I have class on November 7th, though. You guys will have to help me out. My book is right here. Hang on. I would be lost without my little paper. You guys, I'm a paper person. So, like, I have this little baby pocket calendar that I take absolutely everywhere with me. Oh, we don't have class next week on the 7th. And that is because... That is because Backstage is next week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I was planning to do something with a whole group of people. And I am now thinking, I don't have anything Thursday night. I wonder if we should move the Memories and More class from Monday afternoon to Thursday night. And I don't know, there's only 29 people watching right now, but if anybody wants to have a say in that, I'm welcome to hear your thoughts and opinions. Or maybe I'll leave it that I have a night with Tyler, so and keep class Monday. No, I'm talking myself out of it. I'll keep class for Monday at 4, and then I might have a night to spend with Tyler on Thursday night. So how about that? That would be good for Tyler. So he gets to have me Monday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, and Friday night, and he won't know what to do with that. So, oh, Faye says she has a silver circle. So Faye, what I was wondering was if you guys had the silver ribbon. I might have said circle, but I meant ribbon, and I ended up having my silver ribbon. So I know if I have it, I'm sure everybody else does too. So Vicky has it too. So you guys are good. All right, and Angelique has the silver. Perfect, and can make another live soon. Perfect. Okay, so we'll see you guys on Monday at 1 o'clock. And again, if you can't watch it at Monday at 1 o'clock, you can catch the replay anytime it works for you. So, wonderful. All right. I think that's it, you guys. I could chat with you guys for a lot longer, but I'm gonna go in. It's already 8:40 here. I'm gonna check on Tyler, my electrician. I heard him leave about 20 minutes ago, so I know Tyler's by himself. So we might go in and have some dinner. Yay! This girl's starving. All right, you guys. Lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you. We'll catch you later. Have a great weekend ahead. I love you. Bye.